I was still muted this whole time. Oh, Lord Almighty. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you one half of its tag stream champions. I am Big Nick. And yes, it's a Friday night SmackDown. And we're already starting off great here with this, the muted mic and all that. But we're recovering. We're recovering as we got a historic Friday night SmackDown and feel on tap tonight. Do we get an AJ Lee? Is she teased about? Is she just talked about? Does she appear? Could she be near? Could it be a Rhea Ripley or anything? Of what is the crash out gonna be if AJ Lee doesn't show up tonight? What's going to happen if CM Punk comes out there? Yes, it's great. We've got CM Punk out there in Chicago, which already in itself is a surprise. It's going to be awesome to see Punk out there and everything. But if we don't get AJ Lee, do we get a crash out? If it's Rhea Ripley, if it's, God forsake, Nikki Bella out there. But also on top of that, we might see Brock Lesnar out here tonight. I've heard some rumblings. We're going to start off the show hot and end the show hot, which would make sense. But do we see Brock out here? We've got, 2 weeks before we get to WrestlePalooza, and for all intents and purposes, it seems like we're going to get Brock out there versus John Cena at WrestlePalooza. And then even now, this is potentially John Cena's last SmackDown out here as well. This might be his last appearance on SmackDown because the dates are getting limited, which they also even turned around and moved the dates for what's going to be John Cena's last New York City appearance and his last Boston appearance are now going to be in November. So his last match will not be in Massachusetts at all. Actually, they announced that it'll be in Washington, D.C., of all places, which I don't feel is the best decision. Of why do you have the guy from West Newbury, Massachusetts, having his last match in Washington, D.C.? I know the guy looks like he'd be a politician. He does all the, action hero movies and the very, you think of America, you think of John Cena, but goddamn. But yes, by the way, hello everyone in the chat. Of I am Big Nick. KJ is man on the scene right now at MLP. So much like KJ on the Wednesdays, you got me for all the Friday night SmackDown. And I think I picked a really good SmackDown to, just be you and I out here and everything. Just saying that a little bit because, again, they're sold out in Chicago. The whole wrestling social media sphere, the IWC, the WFU, all of it is out there a buzz and a blaze of, is this the night we get AJ Lee? Is this the night because we're in Chicago? What's next for John Cena? What's next for Christ Almighty? What's next even for Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton? Do we get a Cody Rhodes out here? Because we've got to start setting up something for him for WrestlePalooza. But yeah, this is setting up and has been built up with all of the expectations that tonight is going to be a can't miss Friday night SmackDown. I don't know if it's coming off of the back of they had their lowest rating of all time last week or anything like that. If it's coming off the heels of Raw's been kicking their ass for a little bit, but I'm all the way here for it. But speaking of people who are here for it and cults of personalities, I guess I can say hi to the chat. I won't be like KJ and get way behind, but I'll try not to. Matty, Mr. Marijuana, been a minute, my guy. Bring on SmackDown. Absolutely. Like I said, I am beyond excited for Friday night SmackDown. Obviously, we enjoy doing all the streams, and I've always personally taken a kin to SmackDown. It's Friday. It always feels good. That's when you had, your he who shall not be named wrestling on there. You had your Brock Lesnar's, you had your Eddie Guerrero's, you had your John Cena's, your Rey Mysterios, your Edges, all of that. And how it's kind of stayed that, it's made its own way, and I've always been partial to it. But yes, Maddie, what up? What up? Zach, what up? And also, by the way, the top 3 chatters from last night for House of Glory, which was gory more than glory, I will say. But Spaz, Mega, and Ronan, shout out, shout out, shout out. Ronan won half of the Predictions Championship out there with MDB, which, again, we quickly decided after it was a 30-second at most, 3 minutes at most, squash match of Bully Ray over or Zilla over Bully Ray to kick off the show. Yeah, maybe this isn't the show we put the prediction title on. That was normally when we watch the Indies, it ends up being a really good show. That one was not it. But Don Ron, now that's a day I can get behind. Yeah, shout out to Zach, the Advent calendar. Happy National Pizza Day. I will say this as an Italian New Yorker, that's how you measure if a pizza place is good or not, by its cheese pizza, because it's just got sauce and cheese and that's not nothing that it's got to hide behind or anything like that. That's when you can tell if they actually make a good pizza or not. But A Holland, what up? J1, what's up, fellas? Could be a newsworthy SmackDown. Oh, I think so, sir. And John Cena's final match will reportedly take place in Washington, D.C., not Boston. Yeah, I saw everybody initially going around and saying how it was going to be, it's not going to be in Boston. Okay, so where are they going to do it? I saw even one person mention, do they do it in Foxborough or something? I thought, do they find even a small arena or something, do a pop-up something in West Newbury, and he literally goes out in his hometown? But Washington, D.C., of all places, why did we go there? Excuse me. Of when you already announced New York and Boston, they announced both of those events at the same time. They'll both be his last event in all of those in November. I guess even outside of it being his last SmackDown tonight, it's his last show in Chicago, Sweet Home Chicago. But the Washington, D.C. thing to me doesn't make any lick of sense. I understand if it's not in Boston, you move it still within Massachusetts, though. But Kevin, what up? Eric, hey, Wrestling for Life buddies. Tonight's a super night with Cena, Brock, Cody, Drew, Sammy. Yeah, we're getting Cena versus Sammy. By the way, I don't want to have a slide for it, but yeah, we're getting Cena versus Sammy, which is their first match in 10 years. I can say words, but yeah. Which is still interesting. So Sami Zayn's part of the retirement tour now. I'm not mad at it. I mean, new U.S. champ. So that's exciting onto itself. But yeah. Historic night, Wrestling for Life is, yeah. Should we write a letter to the NFL of their counter booking? Well, and Tony's counter booking against us too, if he's putting Ring of Honor out there on YouTube, as I saw Bonkers point out. So we're getting counter booked on both shows. So that's why you need to be a friend. Tell a friend. Help us get out there to triple digits and everything. Because again, this is, I feel, going to be a SmackDown you don't want to miss. KJ kind of used the whole term of non-refundable when he was talking about going to MLP and everything tonight, but I still shout out the man. Hope he has a great time out there. I wish we could almost watch the show while he's there, but they took it off of Triller and everything unnecessarily. But yeah, this is going to be a SmackDown to remember. It's going to be, I don't want to say the term out there too much of, where were you moments, but I think it's going to be really cool when AJ Lee comes out after 10 years. It's going to be a little bit like when Punk came back. I know it's not quite the same. There's some people out there saying she's overrated. She's overrated. She didn't deserve all of her praise. But I think if those people saw her showing up in AEW, they might be saying a different line. But I think it's going to be really cool. Hopefully when she comes out, not if. I hope we don't just get her just barely mentioned. I hope she actually comes out. But her showing up is just going to be that really cool moment. And she, even if it's just for the one match, it's going to be one of those that people have wanted it, honestly, almost since Punk came back. Because she was one of those, I know I bang on and pause. I beat on, pause. The Divas era and everything when it comes to women's wrestling, especially in WWE. But she was one of those, like a Paige. I know KJ is a huge Paige fan, of that really set the tone, set the pathway, lit the spark for the women's revolution of Becky and Bailey and all of that, and Charlotte. So I really want to see AJ Lee versus Becky in a promo off, because we all know AJ can hit you with them, talent isn't sexually transmitted lines. So that'll be cool onto itself, on top of seeing those two women go at it. Arguably at least two in your top 10, I would say, going at it. Absolutely. John, what up? Please, AJ Lee. If she doesn't come out, they sold so bad. I've seen a lot of people already setting up, already waiting for the crash out a little bit of, if it ain't her, we riot kind of vibe. I'm here for SmackDown, not for a certain person. If she comes out, not fuss. Well, Bonkers, I will admit you are very much probably in the minority in this whole situation. Of this, to me, very much, it's got to be her. It can't be a Rhea. It definitely can't be a Nikki Bella. God help us all. Yeah, it can't be anybody else at this point. When Seth hit the whole line of, I hate your entire family, that's when it very much sent like it was going that vibe. When Punk's leaving Clash, and planned or not, sits there and is staring at the "We want AJ" or "Bring AJ home" or whatever it was, the AJ Lee fan sign and all that, and they show it and he locks onto it for a bit and all of that. And when he tells Becky, "You're gonna regret putting your hands on me," it's leaning pretty heavy. Now the last one, maybe they go Rhea, but you'll turn her heel if it's Rhea, just because everybody wants AJ Lee. At this point, you've rallied the troops up, I feel, into a point of, if it's not AJ Lee, you're gonna get somebody booed. Bonkers, yes. Ring of Honor's counter programming us as well, not just the NFL. We're going against the Titans out there. Not literally, but I mean NFL. Fun pun. C Money looking forward to Lesnar, AJ, and of course Nick and KJ. Shout out, C Money. Well, I know you were talking about the other AJ that we've been talking about, but did anyone else see AJ Lee's cryptic post to where he had the hourglass, and that's not a cross reference, but he had the hourglass and he had, his kind of logo dripping through the hourglass and everything, and showing that, the back end's a lot bigger than the front end there. So kind of hitting that he might be on the back nine, which we've all kind of thought with Uncle Allen. That's why I wanted him to have the IC belt, have him have a good bit of run. Why I wanted the TNA moment to be a bit bigger than it was. Because we know that, I know John's retiring this year, but Uncle Allen ain't too far behind him. And we all got to kind of just soak that in too and acknowledge that. Because I don't know if he's going to be a guy that they give him like a full year retirement tour like they do with John. I don't even know if they'd give him, 6 months, 3 months, maybe. We'll see. But yeah. So you got to at least admit, we all kind of know AJ's towards the back nine. It sucks, but we still, I hope we can get the best out of him. That's why, like I said, I wanted the TNA run to be better. I wanted him to win the IC belt. Yeah. Christian, what up? Kevin, C Money again, shouting out Kevin. Larry, good evening. Good evening, sir. Oh, and I did see this. Good evening. Just giving you an update on my mom has been moved to short-term nursing home for therapy. Well, shout out your mom's, my guy, T's and P's, but at least it seems like she's on the mend and everything. So hopefully things are getting better there, Larry, but hopefully we can at least, brighten up your day a little. Safit, what up? TJ, I'm very much appreciating, by the way, subtle note, subtle creator behind the curtain, that it's not everyone's goddamn username anymore and everything. I don't have to call you, Hosafet 12345. I can actually call you all by your given names. John, what up again? Mega TGIF for everybody. Denisha, what up? Yeah, I'm already that far back. Yeah, I didn't even realize. See, normally when we do the intro video, it mutes you when you're there, and then it pulls you out, unless I started off the whole stream muted, which I apologize for. But yeah. Oh no, is KJ gonna miss tonight's show? KJ wrestling proud. KJ's out there having the time of his life out there gallivanting. He's man on the scene. He's governing us, covered on all the MLP action, because they decided to hide it from us. So we sent our best Canadian investigator on the scene to report back. So KJ's out there having a time watching the MLP show, watching literally a tag team that was kind of brought about and talked about on our channel with the interview with PCO and Shotzi Blackheart, who we just saw last night teaming up together. So yeah. Denisha, already got you. A Holland. Hi, Big Nick. Big Dog, what's up? Frankie, I wish I could watch. Thankfully, I have Wrestling for Life, and that's the way to be, my guy. We got you covered from A to Z. Whether it's, House of Glory, whether it's GCW, Friday Night Smackdown, AEW Dynamite, TNA Wrestling, we got you covered all the way. And hey, what do you say? But yeah, of SmackDown tonight, I think is going to be huge. And 100% I love hanging out with all the peeps watching them. No Cody tonight. We'll see. I don't know. She hasn't exactly been mentioned, Christ almighty, I was halfway reading a comment earlier. I was reading Denisha talking about Becky. But yeah, Cody hasn't been announced tonight, but you never know, might show up. They've still got to, so I know they haven't fully announced it, and they do still have to pay off the Randy Drew kind of interaction and everything, that storyline. They do need to pay that off a bit. But they've got to be setting up Cody versus Drew for WrestlePalooza for the title. And we're about 2 weeks out from that. So you kind of, I think, need to start putting boots and asses and kind of, much like I was saying with the Brock and John Cena thing, why we might get Brock tonight, if you need to start building that story, especially for a world title match. You've got 2 weeks, use it, because WrestlePalooza is still their debut on ESPN. I know it's not the Big Four, not even a Big Five, maybe even not a Big Ten, but they're trying to make it this huge thing. So you need to put time and invest in the story. They need to get cooking with this Drew Cody thing to get. I know they've had him to where he claymored him underneath the table and all of that, but Cody's been off for like 2 weeks. So we need something to keep the kindling going with that. Yes, Denisha, Becky is ending the show. We're getting AJ Lee tonight. Are they going to end it, or are they going to start it? This is when I wish I could have the KJ Pull Powers pause. But I think CM Punk and AJ Lee start off the show. I think Brock Lesnar might be your bet to end this show. We're probably going to end the show with John Cena versus Sami Zayn. Sami retains, maybe because of Brock, which also will be interesting because remember when Brock had the whole thing with Sami and when it was, lumberjack to lumberjack, Canadian to Canadian. So I think CM Punk starts the show versus you wait the whole show with CM Punk. But we'll see, Denisha. Scott, Wendy Chu is Punk's partner would make Nick's day every week, every month, every year. Hey, you want to see the shortest Wrestling for Life stream? Have Wendy Chu come out and be CM Punk's partner because it would make no goddamn sense and I would hate it all. But yeah, no, appreciate you, Scott. Cherokee George, what up? Big One, what up? Dennis, Frankie, I can't watch, thankfully, for the channel to be able to keep up with SmackDown. Absolutely. And see, I even use the Vippin, not Stephanie's Vippin, but I use the Vippin so I can sit there and I got the Canadian Netflix hookup. KJ might have left the keys to the ignition, so I still got that Canadian hookup out here. So I'm making sure I don't miss a minute of this action because God only knows what could happen out here, especially when you've got all these potential surprises. On top of, we have a women's U.S. title match, and on top of, we also might be getting a Street Profits heel turn because we had the whole Bo Dallas Street Profits interaction to where now Montez Ford's putting out a whole video on Twitter about you're a liar, and Dawkins is even doing tweets about maybe he was right. And we saw the little pushback, the little, not yet, my guy, at Clash in Paris. I don't want the Street Profits to split up, but it looks like they might be kind of going that way. I think it would be a bad move because you split up one of your best tag teams. But they've been together for a minute, and it is a nice little layer. To me, they are the best tag team on the roster right now. I would not break them up. But soften again, Big Dog. Guess if Nick needs to pause, we got to get an AI for an autopilot. But I thought I was AI, allegedly. Oh, no, I got you through here. Yeah, I think the missus is offered to, step in, but I think I can do it. I'm a big kid now. He dressed as AJ. Ooh, That would be diabolical if the first time it happens, it's Becky that comes out like that. Oh, they might throw things. If that was what they did, that's diabolical, sir, but I love it. Ronin SmackDown in Chicago from the All-State Arena. This was the place where John Cena had his debut match against Kurt Angle. That's fucking cool. On SmackDown, June 27, 2002, and tonight will be his last SmackDown. Ronin, thank you. So I want to star that because that's fucking cool. Because I don't know if everybody has their kind of like SmackDown Big Six or whatever, because I know that was part of even SmackDown's kind of help rise to fame and everything, of help it come out of just being the B show and everything. But yeah, John Cena is almost a guy I feel is synonymous a bit with SmackDown and that's cool that not exactly that exact moment, but tied into it of the ruthless aggression and the slap to Kurt Angle and everything. Of that's what really literally kicked off a whole era of pro wrestling, and it really put John Cena on the map. So yeah, it's interesting how that comes full circle. But we have John Cena's last match in Washington, D.C. I'm still asking if anyone can explain to me why that needs to be in D.C. and not in Massachusetts, somewhere in Massachusetts. You couldn't even do that in New England. Not even in New England. You do that in damn near Virginia, Washington, D.C. Of what? Because he looks like Captain America. He's got to fight in the fucking Capitol. I don't get that. I know it's very hashtag nitpicky and everything, but it's still one of those of why move it there. They didn't change the date or anything. I just don't get the reasoning or the backing of why move it. Why around in the middle of November, in the middle of fall, you're going to have John Cena's last appearance in New York, and you're going to have John Cena's last appearance in Boston. And then in December, you're going to have John Cena's last match in Washington, D.C. One of those things just feels out of order to me, which we're getting very tight on the John Cena dates. I know I love me some John Cena dates, but we got 8 left. I think tonight makes it down to 7. And you got to think we got WrestlePalooza in his last match. So there's another 2. So we're down to 5. So yeah. And then Christ, think about it. You knock off New York City and Boston, like I was just talking about. We're down to 3 dates. Almost realistically, when it comes to John Cena's retirement tour. That's crazy to think about. Christian, I got you. Dennis, what up? Bernard, AJ Lee or Bailey. Bailey would be an insane choice. Don't forget Chavo. He was part of one of the SmackDown states. Yeah, I was trying to remember he's always such a fucking outlier. But yeah, let me know who's your SmackDown 6 across all of SmackDown. But yeah. But Bailey is a crazy choice. I can see the Rhea connection possibly because of Monday Night Raw. And you got to do something with Rhea, but she's already got the Io thing. You had Seth drop the whole family line. It's got to be AJ. Now, again, are we going to be okay as a collective? Hands raised, hand to God. Are we going to be okay if she's just referenced? If she doesn't show up till WrestlePalooza, is that enough? Is that okay? I don't feel so. I mean, you're in Chicago. She's right around the corner. You could have her come out there skipping with goddamn Larry like she's fucking out there Dorothy with Toto through the Wizard of Oz down the Yellow Brick Road. You got to at least have her. And like I said, I want to see the interaction and the promo back and forth, the confrontation between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, because I almost said AJ Styles, between AJ Lee, because that is going to be WWE Movie Maker. Let's light it up. Yeah, light the vitamins, folks. Put them in rotation. Pass the dough cheap on the left-hand side. Wait, Big Nick is Italian? Yeah, no. In case you didn't know, in case the, hat and, the accents and the talking with the hands and everything didn't give it away. But yes, I'm very much Italian. Tony, I'm going to say no AJ Lee tonight. They should keep the fans going and unexpected. But it's at a fever pitch. it is one of those, it's a little kind of like the cross thing almost, and the truth thing, and we've seen it with a couple other things. I know I said things a lot there, them things and things, but it's at such a fever pitch right now that they kind of need to strike a chord. They need to light it up, light it up. They need to boom goes the dynamite. You have to super deliver here, and especially because where else do you go? I mean, the segment between Becky and Punk on Raw was fantastic, but she can't come out there and smack him around again because then it just looks dumb a little bit. You can't go to the well too many times with that. And I'm telling you, the interaction doesn't even have to get physical. Won't even be the match. Just those two talking on the mic. AJ Lee and Becky going back and forth. You might see Becky struggle to keep up. And I'm not fully hyping up, AJ too much. I know, again, there were certain people out there of, oh, she's overhyped. Oh, she was never that great. I know KJ's not a big fan. I don't know how he feels, but I know KJ was more of a Paige fan. But to me, AJ Lee was a woman out of time, and you drop her into this and everything. And I think it's going to just cinema of it's going to be really fucking cool. And we can get into a little later, and as I still got to say hi to names and everything, as I got a minute 38 right now before the show kicks off. But we can get into the whole dichotomy with the Vision and all of this and everything. Yeah. Lindsay, no KJ with you tonight. No. I got the keys to the Ferrari and I'm riding solo. Yeah, no, KJ's out there enjoying time out there, actually watching the live wrestling out there with MLP. He's a man on the scene. We got, Canadian feats on the streets out there he's on scene with MLP because they decided to pull it from Triller. But yeah, no, I got you. I can do the things. Mega, what up? Dennis, light it up. Garrett, this is going to be a great SmackDown tonight. I, again, think this is going to be historic, and I know I've said that word a lot, but it's going to be a can't miss. It's going to be a record-breaking Friday Night SmackDown. It's sold out in Chicago. The buzz in the air is literally electric from one thing to the next thing. Even if you are a AJ Lee denier, could still get Brock Lesnar. Even then, even if you don't think that we get any returns in anything, it's still John Cena's last SmackDown, and we're getting John Cena versus Sami Zayn. So there is things upon things that are thanging and clanging and banging, and absolutely this is set up to be a fantastic SmackDown as I'm in the last seconds here. But Klaatu, what up? I am me, what up? Watching Wrestling for Life. Shout out, yeah. W Movers, Alan, as I should be syncing up. I will let everybody know where I'm at so you can sync up with me at home. Adrian, hi, Big Nick, go Bills. Absolutely. Let's go, Buffalo. Yeah, we got the Sunday off and everything. KJ did me right out here with the schedule. We got Friday Night SmackDown that we're back at it like a jackrabbit for Monday Night Raw. But yeah, of course, first weekend of NFL Sunday, I got to watch my Bills take on the Ravens. As I got the big Netflix logo going away. Hey, what do you say? As I have then Danielle Bellini. I'll click on you. I'll read you in a minute. As I got now, for anyone again syncing up. I feel like I'm waiting for KJ to, tell me that he's synced up, but I got forever. But as always, folks, with the Wrestling for Life Network, we are always together. As Danielle reminding everybody that we are out there on Twitch as well. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend. If you can watch us in all the platforms and all the screens, I think even last night, MDB was saying we were on the big screen. But good evening, everyone. Good evening. Doing well. AJ Lee debut tonight. I'm excited. Gail Kim to NXT as backstage producer. That'd be awesome. As Sarah Stock, a.k.a. Amato, must be good friends with AJ Lee towards hinting new backstage producer. Roman Dunno, who was in current role. Fair enough. You might need to clarify a little bit more of what you were saying there, but yeah, Gail Kim's going to be the backstage agent, producer, or what have you for the women's division in NXT. That's a fucking major get. we've said it on the channel. I know I've said it specifically of wherever Gail Kim goes, she elevates that women's division. So you throw her in an NXT, which is already arguably the best women's division in pro wrestling. Oh, you're cooking with gasoline at that point. Hank Hill be mad. Because I got Julia and Julia and Kiana James. As I got Philip Seymour Punk walking out. He's got to be starting this show. Alan shouting out Bailey. Dennis, what up? Speaking of TNA, Joe Hendry would thrive on SmackDown feuding against Drew McIntyre. I think Joe Hendry would thrive wherever he was, at least within WWE. AEW, he'd have to be pushed towards the world champion. Joe Hendry versus Will Ospreay might be interesting, but yeah, of Joe Hendry at any level in WWE. Maybe on SmackDown would be perfectly add some more top end depth. As I got Graves and Cole. Whoa, Josh, Wrestling God, what up, what up? Taya Valkyrie looks amazing. Wow. Taya, where'd you see Taya? Cena is kicking off the show. Really, Boston? I know I've been talking. Did they say that, Boston? What up, Jay Wan? Because of Joe Tessitore college football duties, Michael Cole will also do commentary for SmackDown. John Cena will open the show. Oh, thank you. I was unaware because I was doing the whole hosting and talking thing. Yeah, no, I guess I should catch up with the chat. But yeah, as they're rolling through every highlight for Clash in Paris and all of that. But I appreciate everybody out there. We're still rocking around 80 throughout most of the show so far. Let's see if we can get this up to triple digits. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's keep this party rolling. Let's keep this party growing because, again, this is going to be one that if you didn't watch it, you're going to be jealous. You're going to be one of those of, oh, man, you missed it. You should have been there. You should have seen it. So you're doing your friends a disservice if you ain't spending the good gospel of wrestling out there. Emo, I don't want to see Brock Lesnar and John Cena fighting again, Big Nate. Fair enough, but I hate to tell you, respectfully, that's pretty much all but set in stone to be the match for WrestlePalooza. They've already got the women's world title match between Io Sky and Stephanie Vacour set up, and even on Wikipedia, they already now have John Cena versus TBD. I know anybody could edit it, but Brock Lesnar shows up, F5 is John Cena, and just walks off and doesn't say anything. We haven't seen Brock Lesnar since. We're setting up for a match at some point with them. As we're getting the replay right now of Seth beating Punk at Clash after Becky's interference. Kevin, what up? Jason, hi, Nick. I hope we get to see AJ Lee. Is All Out going to be available as an additional charge on HBO Max or is it part of your monthly subscription? Jason, as an HBO subscriber, as one of the millions and millions that contributes to AEW Dynamite's numbers, allegedly, so we are starting off with John Cena, but it is going to be an additional charge for AEW pay-per-views. It is going to be a reduced charge versus if you get it anywhere else. If instead of $50, it's going to be $40. But yes, that's going to be what's going to be happening on HBO Max with AEW pay-per-views. Jose, how you holding up after the show? I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm doing groovy. I'm out here, shucking and jiving for this, SmackDown surviving. As we're I did not expect that we're kicking off the show with John Cena tonight. The last time is now. What's up, money? I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Klaatu. Wow, I just looked at the lineup and SmackDown is stacked like a P. Absolutely. And it's sold out. There are 16,000 plus in attendance right now for Friday Night SmackDown. They had to reduce the entranceway and everything, the stage setup to fit more, to fit more seats in. I got the VPN hookup, no commercials. Long distance high five because I got the same thing. Trust me, I don't want to miss a second of this. If Christ almighty, they could have somebody debut in the middle of a commercial. Sorry, Punk, AJ versus Rollins, Becky should be main event of the PLE. No one said it even won't. That's the thing, is I don't think anyone's really. Well, first off, we don't know fully if that match is happening, so we're putting a wee bit of the cart before the horse. But yeah, there's no one saying that that match won't be the main event. So we'll see. We'll see. Because trust me, I think a lot of the setup for that for WrestlePalooza is going to happen tonight. As literally Klaatu was out there saying of this show's built up like a goddamn PLE. I'm debating if John Cena or CM Punk should start the show off because it's that damn stacked. Who goes heel, Dawkins or Ford? Dawkins. I don't know. Yeah, Dawkins. I'm going Dawkins. It's Jackal. It's Jackal. It's Jackal. Dawkins. He was the one that kind of was leading that way of it'd be interesting of though I always worry if the stronger allegedly stronger talent and everything is the one that goes heel, they end up not surviving it and everything against babyface Montez Ford. But I got John Cena out here cutting a promo as I got LG from the BK. Brock Lesnar isn't advertised. That doesn't mean he won't show up. AJ Lee isn't advertised. Doesn't mean she won't show up. Pull-ups commercial was a classic jingle. Miss Jingles. Well, you can jingle my dingle and make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe as we're ever so close to not only that 7.5K to that 8K. Hey, what do you say? That 10K. We're getting a huge thank you, Cena. And it is really interesting that this is in Chicago and how fitting we've got CM Punk and Cena in the show tonight in Chicago, very much a la Money in the Bank moment. So, yeah, that's that nice little Easter egg kind of if you know, you know, hey, what do you know? I shouldn't have clicked that. The AI for Nick stands for Angry Intelligence. Yes. Let me, oh my God, I'm way. Spaz with a $10 super chat. Rumors are we get Cena versus Zayn tonight. Yes, no, that's already been advertised tonight, like Sami's debut, and Beck is planned to close the show. Also, big love and smooches chat. It's Friday and Smirnoff is pouring. Let's get weird. Whoa now. But yeah, I know some people were saying of, Becky closes the show and all of that. But yeah, I didn't think it was true. Oh, by the way, mea culpa to anyone that I missed you in the chat. I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was that long-winded. I'm out here long like a Bully Ray entrance. Say the righteous real quick. Righteous. There you go, everybody. Shots. Howlin' Wolf, what up? They got a Human Cannon on YouTube. What? NFL? What? Mr. Quake, where's KJ? KJ's, like I said, a man on scene. He's out there, putting Canadian feet to the streets for MLP. He's out there and just enjoying, the Canadian wrestling scene. Man, that's reset. There you go. I got you. Catch up. I hear Vince McMahon saying, ruthless regret. Don't know. Fade. Ooh, why did he say 14,000 when they sold 16,000? You're undercutting the numbers, John. Breaking news: Britt Baker comes at end of Monet beating Rio. That would be nuts. That would be a shock. That would be a surprise. But then again, you got to capitalize. It'd be Wardlow. It'd be Wardlow showing up and joining the fucking Callis family or something. It'd be lackluster. I'm missing all of John Cena's. I love that era. Who do you guys play this week? The Buffalo Bills, like I'm on the fucking team. We play the Ravens. We have the AFC semifinal, the division championship rematch. This crowd is getting fired up. My Raiders get the Patriots. Yippee. Remember when the AA was known as the F? Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers, the member berries. And this very, yeah. So they're pointing out. They're going through. So this is fully. I was wondering if they were going to do all of this and point out. So yeah, this was the same arena to where he slapped Kurt Angle. That's fucking cool. Pardon my not language, but yeah, that's fucking cool that they're a parent, that they're calling back to everything. I wish they would have had a goddamn video package for this, but it's cool that John Cena is breaking down all the moments that he's had on Friday Night SmackDown, and it's literally come full circle, says Mr. Quake. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, 23 years ago. Yeah. Anyone want to actually feel old? Realize that John Cena's been doing this for 23 years. And that's the same. That was the start of the ruthless aggression. Sorry, Nick, I'm watching you, but my SmackDown doesn't start for 2 more hours, so I'm watching football. So if you hear me randomly swearing or something, it's because I hate the Chiefs. Well, likewise, my guy of here. I know sometimes you be a little off the wall, but we'll agree to disagree and everything like that. Because trust me, as a Buffalo Bills fan, I cannot stand the goddamn Chiefs. At this point, they are a fucking kryptonite. John Cena, head of state. Has anyone watched that movie? I want to watch that movie. Him and Idris Elba. Thank you, Cena. That's cool. Gino is trash. I haven't messed my back up. Shut up. Anyone here at Cowboys fan? Well, maybe in a commercial we can talk about the spit take heard around the world there. Post Attitude Era. Nope. Trying to be a fan of a team in their damn division. It is so. It's anyone else out there is kind of hitting you right now of like, we're really enjoy the rest of that. And so we're sending you off of that, as Sammy coming out. Oh yeah, we can't end this on a sour note. Or is this how we're going to set up the match? But I was going to say, let's all just drink it in, man, of the fact that we're really in the twilight of John Cena and how much he's been integral in pro wrestling as of the last 2 decades or plus of he minus, the controversies and everything. He's goddamn the Hulk Hogan, the Rock, the ambassador of pro wrestling. So now we're literally in the twilight of that's it. He's done. And much like, well, I can't say much like Taker, but what we thought with Taker of he might actually be really done. MDB, it's your favorite wrestler, Sammy. It's they're blowing the shit out of Sammy. Sammy just ruined a beautiful moment, and they feel like that crowd is letting him know it. Are you kidding me, man? I don't want to see this dude. I still love me some Sammy. I mean, we're setting up for a match between the two. That was such a good fucking line from Cena. It's happy hour here in Chicago and I am here for the booze. Thank you very much. Oh, that was that cut deep. That cut deep. You put your body bag in a body bag. Chicago hates Sammy. These are my people. 99 more like Punk. Sammy got exposed. Oh, that was so good of a line, though. Like I have missed everything else that Sammy said after that because that was so goddamn good. Also, real quick, just fact checkers sound good, all that. You can't hear the show too much or anything like that. MDB, I'm from NYC in Chicago. People are also my people. Dan, you're saying you're out there on the West Coast. Where the fuck are you? Are you just a man of mystery out there, a man of international? If you're out there, Coast Continental? What's the happy hour joke about? Because they were Jose, you can't be serious. Because they was booing the Sami Zayn. Sammy getting booed. I'm a vagabond. There you go. Who interrupts but says, I'm not here to interrupt. Go home, Samuel. Lady B, I love it. Go home, Samuel. I can't even say you're drunk because I don't think he drinks. So Sammy's saying he wants to do the Sami Zayn US title open challenge. Open challenge. With your permission. So he wants to do his Canadian John Cena. Did John Cena acknowledge it? What? Oh, this is where Cena's saying, I want you to be the first one to enter it. So this is how we're setting up the match that was already even announced. Yeah, they can tell they're setting up for the match. All right. For all the Sami Zayn hate, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. This man's out here, even when I only had one foot in the door when you gave me this opportunity, and I see you very much have one foot out the door. That it would be my honor that I give you your title match back. See, that's the thing is they were booing this man at the start of the segment, and they're fucking cheering him like he's the hometown hero at the end of it. If Sami Zayn can work a fucking crowd like no other, and we're getting the yes chance. Oh, for every yes chant, you owe Daniel Bryan a penny. Nick is mean. How am I mean? You know what I mean? Nick, I mean. I mean. I'm not saying we do it next week. I'm not saying we do it next month. I'm saying we do it right here, right now. It's almost like I worked there with how much that was as seen as foretold. But yes. So we're going to start the show with Sami Zayn versus John Cena for the U.S. title. If I don't have a full slide here, but yeah, I'll pull that one up. Come get some. Yo. MDB, you can have all your Sammy hate. You can just stay with all of that. Not even what I'm mad at. This has been fun. That was cool. This is a hell of a way for what is already kind of set up. Hey, shout out, Aaron. Howdy. Tip of the cap. Yeah. How are y'all? I'm doing good, my guy. How are you? We're shaking hands, so we got Sammy versus John Cena for the U.S. title right here, right now. And this is a hell of a way, though, to kick off what we talked about at the start of the show and everything. Seems all but destined as, I don't know if we're in a commercial break or we're hyping up the ESPN deal for WrestlePalooza. Yes, we are. We're showing ESPN. But for what is setting up to be a seismic Friday Night Smackdown. And how fitting for the best feel-good Friday out here. We've got a huge Friday Night Smackdown. Huge. So great. So huge. And we're starting it off with John Cena versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. Frankie, what the cup with Riddle of Christ Almighty. Remind me when we're probably more in of a commercial break and I can go on about that. Oh, as we go right to that. So perfect timing, sir. Of that, I think fully Matt Riddle is at this point just suffering from bitter bitch syndrome, or he's fallen victim to that old trope of anyone that grew up in the 90s of this is your brain on drugs. With Matt Riddle, just this is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Him and Ron, his quote isn't even as dumb as Matt Riddle's been lately. he is a man who has no one to blame but himself for his own trials and tribulations, and yet still continues to try and blame anyone and everyone around him. And just, he literally had to be guilted by fucking Twitter and everything to give back the first payment, the fucking security deposit, what have you, for him to show up and wrestle in the UK for a charity show. That shows you the type of human being. He literally had to be guilt tripped to give back payment to work a charity show. And now I am no pro wrestler, but there are certain moral fucking things that I think most people, it's pretty easy to figure out. And apparently with him, he's fucking depth devoid. But real quick, Dan, don't make me forget this. Nick, I've been coming here for a few years now under different accounts, but I can attest that there is not another channel on YouTube like you guys. Fair enough. Well, I still gotta wonder, Dan, why are you coming out here under different names? Are you the reason that we had to switch to where everyone had the usernames? Because you were out here coming out under different names and everything. Why not just be you? Be true. Be blue. What? Yeah, no. I appreciate you, Dan, and I know I take jokes and everything, but absolutely. I have multiple personalities, so I need an account for each one. Probably has a lot to do with why you guys are pushing. Oh, don't you try and undercut that value. But yeah, no. I appreciate you, Dan. If this is the real Dan I'm talking to, but yes. Absolutely, I appreciate anybody that's out there. Again, we're pushing close to 100. Let's see if we can, crack out here these triple digits. As I know, we started off, we didn't get AJ to start, but that doesn't mean we won't get her at all. As I see 154 likes on the stream. I see less than 100 watching live with us, but I see over 100 likes out here. Let's see if we can balance out this equation out here. Again, I don't know if you got to pull a Dan and start making multiple accounts, or if you got to just be a friend, tell a friend of, not to say names or anything, but some of them other people's, you can just pull them away from us. Christ, if you're out there watching the NFL stream or anything like that on YouTube, drop the Wrestling for Life name out there. If you're watching the Ring of Honor stream out there, drop the Wrestling for Life stream. Head them over this way. Well, I got you, Ronan. Sammy retains. Well, yeah, what is John Cena ends his reign as a U.S. title holder. As I'm back from commercial break. How in the world do I still watch a pay-per-view? Oh, wow. Maybe we'll have a members only, stream to explain how to watch wrestling in 2025, because it might be necessary. Happy TGIF to all Wrestling for Life members. We'll shout out the members and the non-members, the tangentials, the tangeals, the people watching for the first time. Shout out everybody. Again, Feel Good Friday, and boy, howdy do I feel good, and that's not a Wyatt 6 reference. Chargers strike first. If anybody's interested, 7-0. Shout out. Sucks they moved John Cena from Boston. Yes, I still have yet to see. I've still posed the question. If anyone can explain to me why that happened. Yeah. Big Nick, and just in case nobody's ever told you or you haven't heard it in a while, first, the beard looks great, and second, you can carry the show on your own just fine. I'm having fun with you, buddy. Appreciate you, my guy. Well, you get a nice little star out there. That's a nice little feel-good note. No yeet, Big Nick. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting participation awards out here, but no, I appreciate it. And again, still, all love goes to everybody out here in this whole community of Trust Me. I'm a member. I grew up out of the community went from the chat to on channel and everything. And especially if you were here with us last night, y'all know, y'all helped us carry through that whole, it became a members only stream, and we didn't even mean for it to become a members only stream. But if you want to let me know, folks, who you got for this match, whether you got Sami Zayn retain or you got Big Match John, I don't know. Again, like I said, if we're going to get a end of the road John Cena U.S. title, that was fucked. As Spaz with a $10 super chat. You guys always let me plug my sugar honey iced tea here. Appreciate you. But an hour ago, I posted a totally peaceful, non-toxic, unbiased, and untribal clip from the state of wrestling with the best thumbnail ever. So great, so huge. Thank you, Spaz. But yes, thank you, Spaz, for the $10 super chat. And again, that's what helps keeps the lights on, folks. That's what helps to keep the channel growing. Helps with all of these subscriptions now and everything. But again, when the chat gets hot and heavy, and I know I'm trying to do my best out here, but when the chat gets hot and heavy, it's the best way to make sure your channel or your comment gets read. It's the easiest way to help support the channel. And we do also even have the merch store as well, as I can find a slide real quick. As I know, Jose, my brother from a Miami mother out there, bought some, recently re-added to the store of a few Meltzer shirts and everything. But yes. 100% appreciate all the love. Yes, we've still got John Cena versus Sami Zayn kicking off right now. Nick is wearing a CM Punk shirt. Finally, you noticed. Yes, I'm very much. I mean, I kind of had to. I normally do the blue hoodie for SmackDown because blue on blue. It's a beautiful world. But CM Punk, Chicago. Maybe we get Mrs. Brooks. We get AJ Lee. Hey, what do you do? Hey, what do you say? So, had to. How do you still watch pay-per-view? Oh, no. Don't do that. Vance, well, I shouldn't say don't do that, but moving on. How much to become a member? Dumb and late question. No, not a dumb question. There's only dumb answers probably from me. Yeah, $2.99 a month. We literally set the bar as low as we could just because our bar is as low as it could, and we still hit our head sometimes, at least me. So yeah, it's $2.99 to become a member of. I think the last members only stream we literally did our live fantasy football league draft of. So you literally got to watch me and KJ watch inside our draft rooms of like you're watching ESPN. We did the ESPN gimmick before WWE did us. Holy shit, fuck. Sami Zayn just went exploding into that turnbuckle as he got Irish whip from John Cena's. Are both men keeping up? Oh, no, we cut to a commercial. Or for those watching in the U.S., we cut to a commercial. Today's wrestling birthday. Sin Cara, AR Fox, Whoopee. That feels much like, the noise they make when they botch, which feels like it probably happens quite a bit. Nick pulled a pretty one. No. Nick, do you believe an AJ Lee return tonight will justify a $30 subscription? That is a bold-ass question. I will say this. I don't know if an AJ Lee return will fully justify a $30 subscription if that's what you're staring down the barrel of. But I will tell you that I feel they will build up. Same as Zayn with a DDT, kicking or getting out of the AA, 1, 2 count. But I feel like they will build WrestlePalooza enough and will be promoted enough, hopefully, that it will feel like it warrants and it justifies it. They will try and make that as close to a top 5, a top 7, pay-per-view as they can. If not, it won't be a, the old school big 4, the big 5 or anything. They'll hype it up and they'll build it up to where it'll feel like it should be. Nah, last night was way more fun than any members only stream we've ever had. Well, then fair enough. Well, that shows you now you just need to go back on the recommendation of Boston out there. You need to go back and watch, our stream last night where we were watching House of Glory, which that show haunts me of. I still don't know what really happened there. I asked the question even on Twitter and tagged Bully, asked him as direct as I fucking could. Did you have a plane to catch? Were you late for a hosting session? Did you have tickets to the game? Did you have a bellyache, a tummy ache? What the happened? And why did you need to sit there and have, a 30-second match and do all of nothing? And that was already very much a warning sign, the canary in the coal mine type of vibe for that rest of that show. Sammy for the win. No Thanos snapping breaks for you, buddy. Exactly. Unless Anthony hits the button or British Nick comes in. Yeah, no, I got no hot tags out here. So see, I'm proving that I can do, the bald FTR. I can do the Dax out there. Yeah, no. I believe in you and I believe in us. DQ Brock comes out. We'll see. We'll see. No poll. I'm sorry. KJ's the one with the poll powers. Pause. He's, the mutant with the poll powers. I just have that rhyming thing. I'm like the really shitty X-Men. I'm like Jubilee, who just kind of shoots like fireworks out of her hands and everything. Just kind of halfway bullshit superhero. Yeah. MDB, tell me when I'm telling lies. What did you say? Blues Honor Bomb! As we're still in commercials, so it's not going to happen. 2 count, 2 count. As Frankie shout out becoming a member. Appreciate you, my guy. Bubba doesn't want any heat if something went sideways with Zilla, if he injured himself or diminished his standing, guaranteed he didn't want to get any on him. But you started the show with that. His entrance to the fucking ring was longer than that match. That was canary in the coal mine of the precedent that it was going to be a bad evening, a bad omen, if you will, for that show. Because I don't give a shit if you don't want to look bad or whatever, or do this or anything. As I got Sammy set up for the hey, what do you say? 1, 2, dos amigos. But yeah, you can miss me with all of that bully. Didn't want to get anything on him. Like, so then don't become the champion. Don't have the whole, the match that they had to get bully the championship was light years ahead of the match that they had. So yeah, that was, none of that was good. But all of that I just watched on SmackDown was good. Kevin, what up? Z-Man Scar, I just renewed my NordVPN subscription potentially for the purpose of watching WWE PLEs. I know there are free VPNs out there, but I just like Nord. Well, there you go. And again, hashtag not sponsored. I think I have to reiterate that of how much I said that with NordVPN, but hashtag not sponsored. But if you'd like to sponsor, have at you. But I know I use the free VPN as I got pop-up powerbomb there. Nick, are you going to be the great Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z for the SmackDown Halloween special? No, I'm not going to be the great Saiyan. I might be, the tribal sheep, the tribal thief of, I might, go to Kids Foot Locker and everything and just buy, shoes on the cheap and just make my own little my shula fala. But yeah. I'm not going full Super Saiyan out here. Let me see if I miss Spaz with a $5 super chat. If it's not AJ Lee tonight, it's KJ Lee skipping down the ring with a booty. Ha! Could you imagine? Let's light it up. That'd be a hell of an interesting shot. But Cena in the corner. Into the turnbuckle as Sammy's setting up for the hula kick. Cena dodges. Holy shit, is Cena going to win this? Back suplex. House of Glory was so bad it made this week's AW Dynamite look better. And that was their lowest rated episode ever. Yeah, I can respectfully say this, as I know we're still watching Friday Night SmackDown. House of Glory with their show in Philadelphia just made my heart hurt, made me feel bad for watching independent wrestling, made me feel like hopefully we were good. We proved out there the wrestling may suck, but we never do, because boy did that wrestling suck. I don't know if they actually fully completed a match that was advertised, or well, they did, just not as advertised, I'll put it that way. Angle slam. Well, was it? It was a little high angle slam. It might have been an acute angle. Jose House Glory definitely made it. Yeah. 2 count again. I showed up as mommy because I'm the what? And my wife is the short one. So she was so you did a couple's costume. There you go. I've been hearing they might become out the Halloween horror movie video game. I know as both men are down out now, as we, for those watching without the Vippins, as I've said, you're getting a commercial break right now, or I assume something, but they are coming out with a Halloween video game, I believe, for the PS5 and more of the newer consoles and everything. But I do still want to see, and I'm sure that there's, as we got an ankle lock, we have an ankle lock in the commercial break here. Not an SW, a straight up ankle lock, and we're going callbacks to Kurt Angle out here. Let's go. But I still, and I know Jose is still down the invitation, but I still want to at least see someone give me at least, even if it's a YouTube, somebody doing a walkthrough. STFU locked in. No one give me an STFU, but give me a whole tour of everything that's incorporated with the Wyatt Six house. I know they've done little tributes to Luke Harper. I've seen bits and pieces of what's on the menu, and it's still interesting. I've heard that a lot of people are really huge fans of it. I want to, like I said, even if it's just watching somebody else's YouTube video or watching one of y'all walk through the house and everything like that and giving me a tour, I want to see it. I want to know what it's inside there. I want to live vicariously. DJ Premier, why is Sammy getting booed now? Can someone tell me? Because John Cena. That's why. That is why he is getting booed, because John Cena. And even then, towards the end of the segment, he was getting cheered. He started off getting booed because John Cena, AA from Sammy on the Cena. Geekbox, hey man, how you doing? Can't sleep, so come join you for a bit. Well, there you go, Geekbox. How you doing, sir? Everyone's second favorite Geekbox. Everyone's second favorite Geekbox. Everyone's second favorite box out there. Words are hard. I can't wait to see Rhea in a Terrifier 4 Art the Clown. Big Nick on a 70-inch TV. You are a sight to see. Truly, Big Nick. Titus, worldwide. Klaatu, honestly, I need to see you. If you legitimately right now have me up, I'll ask it to anybody out there. I know Adam's done it before in the chat. If he's out there listening, I know a couple of people have sent it before out there and everything. All of our social media links are scrolling through underneath us. They're all out there in the description for the video on the channel and everything. If you got us pulled up on the big screen, if you're, however you're watching us, I want to see it. Send it my way. Send it the channel's way. Again, all of our social media links are out. Links and leaks are out there. I want to see what I look like with all of this. If you're dealing with my big bearded ass on a 70-inch TV, I want to know what that looks like. I want to look like a big head. Yeah, big head and little arms. John Cena is like Alice from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Master. P1, that was a super specific reference that I don't know if I get. Geekbox, come on down. Would have joined you, but as always, damn work getting in the way. Oh, trust me, I get it, my guy. That's why, it'd be interesting out there when you work them early shifts. And again, for everyone who doesn't know, Geekbox out there on the UK time, so he's out here technically talking to us from the future. He's, doing his best Doctor Strange of out there walking through the space-time continuum, talking to us from about, 2, 3 a.m. Great match. Big love, Spaz. I had you up before SmackDown started, usually when TNA is on too. Andy B, you know how to reach me. I want to see this. I'll watch you while you do that. All right. Well, at least you got me on your mind. Thank you, Jose. I don't know if I need to see all that, but yeah. No, that's just funny. Bernard, the Chiefs offense still sucks. I'm not watching the game, so let me know, because I got a couple of Chiefs players on my roster. I got, Hollywood Brown and Jalen Royals, the rookie who's out there and everything. I'll take a photo next time you're on big screen. Well, there you go. Well, that's what I'm challenging all. Let us know out there. How are you watching us? I want to see how you're watching us. Are you watching us on your phone while you watch SmackDown on your screen? Are you doing like I do? If I got the laptop doing all y'all, pause, and I got, the desktop with the Friday Night SmackDown out there. I want to. Klaatu mentioned 70-inch screen. MDB mentioned the other night of us out there on the big screen. I want to see what my big ass looks like on the big screen. Pause. And Sammy going up top. Dan Rotten. Oh, you already made your profile picture me. I don't know if I lied. That's a little awkward. Blue Thunder Bomb. This episode of SmackDown already damn near done. Holy shit. I didn't even realize we're almost through an hour. Wow. They are really, I hadn't even thought about that. I was just having such a goddamn good time that, I didn't even realize we're almost through an hour of this. I'm on YouTuber. No, I can't read that last part. No. Well, big dog. Just joined her Discord and posted a photo how I'm watching. Well, shout out. I can't wait to see you. Punk's partner's Britt Baker. Oh my fuck. How would the internet respond? Honestly, how would they respond if it was Britt Baker instead of AJ Lee? Of one of those I didn't expect that. But almost you can have that as I got a spear from John Cena. Two count. People like to hate, unfortunately. What did MLB say? Hold on. Fancy ass. Yeah, I'm a fancy ass. Thanks, Don Ron. GTS. I tagged you on Twitter, Nick. I'll look. Again, doing things. But again, be a friend, tell a friend. I see we still got 80 kicking with us. Let's see again if we can get that up to triple digits. Again, this is a huge SmackDown. I didn't even realize we've already taken up the whole first half of Friday Night SmackDown almost with this. Wow. They're giving this such a big fight feel. Cena better win after his long-ass losing streak. John Cena, new U.S. champion. You want to you do you, boo-boo. It's just a little weird looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. Cena better win. Ref, you suck chance. Britt Baker would break the internet more than AJ Lee, to be honest. Yeah, it would be, because it would be such a shock. Avalanche. Oh, Sammy flying out. Sammy elbowing off. Pause. Chiefs are playing like, oh, John Cena with an avalanche. Hey, what do you say? Even Corey Graves pipes up. Cena's going to do it. Both men are down. I have not realized that this whole segment's taking 45 minutes. Holy sh! Where's Brock? Yeah, send for the Brock. Wait for. Don't you say that right now, because it's gonna be, it's dead. It's getting to like that almost dead silent, like fever pitchy to where you could almost get, Yes! Brock Lesnar! King Bucks! Holy yeah, I better be the top in first reaction right now with all this, because you son of a bitch, I'm pulling you up right now there. So it's in the reaction, everything. Where's Brock? Is this man, as is seen, as foretold, as Brock Lesnar, the alpha male of our species, the man that if aliens were to come down from the space and saying, send out your best fighter, send out your champion. This would be the man that we send out there. Of Brock Lesnar just rips the fucking referee out of here. And I mentioned this earlier. This is interesting as he's got Sammy up. Although I guess no loyalty between Canadians. Poor Sammy eats an F5. Does he take John just to suplex City before he even does it? As Cena's just got him, and just he's a fucking plum chicken just waiting to be picked. F5 to John Cena. I won't lie. Farmer Brock, heel baby face. Like this last little bit of run of Brock has almost been some of the best shit. And I'm leaving you up there, Geekbox, because again, I better, this all better be in the, there he is. Yes. I better be the first in the goddamn reaction video. Hashtag Heatbox. I better be on the fucking thumbnail. All that. Nick, you spoiled it for me. Well, technically, but a few seconds ahead of me. I tried. I mean, I already sat there and done the whole sync up and everything, and I got nobody else except for y'all to sync up with. So you can sing. I'm the leader of this as we're setting up for a second F5. As Geekbox sat there, where's Brock? As he got that deathly quiet, and then another F5. Now, where's the security? Who shows up to tell Brock you can't do that? So you need to go home now, as he just walks off. Picks up his cowboy hat and just walks off. I won't lie. There almost needs to be a tier list of like best versions of Brock, because I won't lie. This cowboy badass bullshit Brock Lesnar might be the best. As Brock just went, the crowd went to a murmur, went to a hum of before everybody was fired up and still asses on edges and everything. Pause of with Cena versus Sami Zayn. And that's how you go out of the first hour, is Brock Lesnar shows up, wreck shop, and leaves. And I literally, it couldn't have been done intentionally. If I go to the cutaway for we'll be back in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and it shows Sami Zayn. But I remember Beatbox Brock. Yeah, Brock was pretty up. Yeah, no, Cowboy Brock of the fucking the plow, the tractor to lift up the side of the ring and everything. This might be best Brock, but yeah, we're in the era of that. But again, let me know how you guys are feeling out there, guys and gals, people, the masses out there. How you feeling of that? Pretty much ends. I didn't even realize until somebody pointed out in the chat of that's pretty much your first hour of Friday Night Smackdown. And it ends with myth confirmed of Brock Lesnar shows up and just tosses around Sami like he's a sack of potatoes, and then just destroys Sami Zayn, or sorry, John Cena, not once but twice. And walks away. Like, could have kept doing it. No one sat there and got involved. No one tried to interrupt him or anything. But, you know, he still just did it. UFC Brock is yeah, but well, that's UFC exclusively Brock versus, you know, wrestling Brock. But I'll give you that. I will admit I was thoroughly disappointed, and partially with Alistair Overeem, with the match between Brock and the fight between Brock and Overeem, because I was a big Overeem fan, still also a big Brock fan, but I expected Overeem to kind of win that, and he kind of shot his bed. What if Brock joins Team Punk at War Games? What? Or how are we getting Team Punk at War Games, first off? And who would be on that? And two, why would Brock join Team Punk? But I think you missed a couple of steps before I met you there. Or like Hangnail, that's a real cowboy. He's so much of a cowboy, you even spelled cow like cow. If you can read it, if you can watch it instead of just hearing it, it made sense. If not, COW. Brock is a human wrecking ball. And again, I know, yes. I'm glad Jose got the fucking reference, because I can love that show. But again, I know even when Brock showed up the first time, I halfway caught some heat because I called him the alpha male of our species, which respectfully is, as a big motherfucker, he's an even bigger motherfucker. But I still always love like the Pat McAfee lines where he puts him the go over of like, he is a genetic fucking freak that is just built to be a badass, and he chose pro wrestling, and he's really fucking good at it, and he can do that. All he has to do is still look like Brock Lesnar and come out and F5 a couple people, and he'll make money. You can like him or not like him. You can feel about accusations or anything else how you want, but that's just the facts. Brock Lesnar will forever be able to just be able to walk out, F5 a couple people, if even that, maybe even just one person, and draw money and make money. Yeah, Jose, what up? As we're back in the action. We're getting the replay from what went down. Nick, who wins, Brock or John Cena? That's interesting. Does John Cena take any more losses on the retirement tour? Does he just kind of win out? And also, is this also Brock's last match? Or is this Brock still here for a couple years and this might be a way to elevate him? Sacatators. Yeah, only meat. UFC Brock is one of the most credible wrestlers in the history of sport. Facts. Well, just one of the most dominant. The man, and I know I'm going to sound like Paul Heyman right now and again, as Brock Lesnar backstage. Hey, as Brock walking backstage, hey John, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza, bitch. So yeah, set for WrestlePalooza. Brock Lesnar versus they said it, last man standing. I swear to God, they halfway teased it for half a second up there. There was something last there. Were they teasing the John Cena, last time or anything like that? But I swear out there, they were teasing a last man standing match. Oh, so Carmelo's out there trying to get an opportunity at Sami Zayn, as Miz is out there trying to get an opportunity for the tag team titles. Best Brock was WWE, the rematch with Frank Mir. Was Best Brock when, hey, Becky. Becky's in attendance still with Philip. Oh, they are setting this. They are laying down the icing here. Was Best Brock when I'm going to go home and have a Bud Light I'm going to have a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me a fucking dime and all that. Lesnar had abdominal issues that hindered his UFC. Yeah, he had the diverticulitis, much like Kenny, as I got Alistair Black with his video package. So we are also still going to set up of Alistair Black versus Damian Priest out here. This is the best Brock for the situation. He's going to get booed and doesn't give it. Yeah. And he's gotten to the point to where he's good on the mic, to where he doesn't have to say a whole lot. But what he says is getting impactful. Even right there, that's probably going to be all he really says for the most part on the microphone, is just, hey, John, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza, bitch. And it's good enough. That'll do. Jordan, what up? I'm a cow, man. I'm a cowboy, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Anyone else still feel like Jeff Jarrett owes Kid Rock royalties for all of that shit? Will Brock Cena be a straight up match, or will it get a step? I swear to God, I've seen it teased and rumored to be the last man standing match. And I swear they had something pull up on when they were showing the visual for it that said last. It could be the last time for John, but they're tickling my fancy, as some may say, or at least they're tickling my taint. When will we get Randy versus Brock match? Ooh, I don't know. I didn't even thought about that. As I got Damian Priest coming out right now. Paige Ray J. Lee return to that. Paige showing up to be CM Punk's partner would be interesting, to say the least. KJ might be the only person happy about it. I don't think so. Anthony, I saw him wrestle at Minnesota. Yeah, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew of him and Shelton Benjamin. legit collegiate wrestlers. Simply Reliable Studios are also doing a watch along. Well, thank you. Well, we're always reliable. We're not from a studio, but thank you, Wesley. If you can tell all those people at Simply Reliable to come over to Undeniable channel out here with the Wrestling for Life Network, as we're already underway with Malachi or Alistair and Damian Priest as coats are still getting taken off. But again, folks, let me know who you got for this match. V-Trigger over the barricade already here. Let me know who you got, whether you got Alistair or whether you got Damian Priest. But if it was a problem when Goldberg did it, though, huh? Did what? I'm confused. I think I might have been talking through enough points that I don't remember. As I got Alistair doing his whole little pose in the ring. So we're getting a Wrestlepalooza brief commercial. Yeah, as we're cutting to, we'll be right back. So I will take the time out to remind everybody, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything. When it comes to pro wrestling, trust me, we were out here last night for House of Glory, after AEW Dynamite, after Tuesday Night NXT, after Monday Night Raw. We're out here with Friday Night Smackdown, which might be, dare I say, could we get a Smackdown that could arguably end up show of the year? We'll see. But be a friend, tell a friend. If we're ever so close to that illustrious 8K, 10K, hey, what do you say? And again, I know we're dancing around the high numbers. Let's see if we can get, triple numbers out here consistently as we're about to head into the top of the hour here. So yeah, we'll come out of this on the 9 o'clock hour. But how are you feeling so far with Friday Night Smackdown? For the most part, we just had John Cena and Sami Zayn. We had Brock Lesnar show up. How do you feel? Brock just destroys John Cena, says, I'll see you at Wrestlepalooza, bitch. Yeah. King Callum, Cena versus Brock at September 20th is going to be interesting. Absolutely. I think it's all but set in stone for that. Becky's here. Yes, Denisha. John C. Hey, I got an idea for Raja that everyone here would agree with. Put Raja in the octagon with Brock. No. How about we just put him behind bars? Because that's where he should be. And I'm halfway be honest and think that, that's almost where his father should be. Geekbox, how funny would it be if the end of the vision in a year's time was caused by Heyman rejoining Lesnar and screwing over Seth? I think it's going to be to where you get Heyman with Braun. And I like now that because you have Becky with Seth, you can almost separate the two a little bit. You can have to where Becky and Seth are almost feel like their own thing, but they're still part of the vision. And Heyman can be kind of the advocate, the oracle for the Brauns, and really kind of talk when they can't talk the most or the best. But yeah, I see where you're going, but I don't think we get that. Alistair Black for the win. 10-0 charges. Oh, wow. Okay. Kid Rock is a MAGA. Yeah, I know. I hate to admit it. I don't want to. I still love that I saw someone that went to a Limp Bizkit concert, and literally as they started to play My Way, they set up the whole video package for Rock Austin from WrestleMania 17, so it damn near lined up of, do you think you're special? You do. Oh, there's a certain generation that just scratches all the itches you needed. Geekbox, this is the battle of the clinking jackets. Yeah, I had to remember who was in the match and remember their attire to fully get there, but I can give you that. I can agree with you on that. And so Michael Cole comes fresh hot and baked out of the commercial break with the Malachi Black attack on Damian Priest if he's spitting hot fire. Nick, merch suggestion, pausing and causing shirt, and I just got called up from AEW shirt. I do believe that a pause for the cause shirt is in the works. I will not confirm nor deny that I also think jerseys, especially potentially hockey jerseys, might be in work. But yes, 100%. We are fully, absolutely, I don't want to say automating, but we are innovating and augmenting our merch store out there. We're trying to, spread the good gospel of wrestling out there with the finest threads. And I know, even shout out to homie Jose, who picked up a couple of shirts and everything, and we finally got ding ding bell ring out here. But I know Jose picked up a couple of shirts so he can wear that lovely expletive Meltzer merch to the AEW show, the VIP package and everything. He's trying to do the Wrestling for Life challenge of seeing how many wrestlers he can get a picture with wearing a Wrestling for Life Network t-shirt. Paul Scott, people are weird as fuck. Yes. I know I'm weird, but I don't think I'm a bad weird. I've seen Damon Priest and Lola Vice are dating as well. Yeah, I believe. I know I'm not the biggest Mark or Stark or anything like that for, wrestlers' personal lives. I know that's very fitting when we have Seth and Becky and AJ and Punk. But yeah, there was a lot of people at one point that thought he was with Caden Carter because they did fucking TikToks together. There's still people that think Jey Uso and Jada Parker's a thing. Yeah, but it seems like, we got Puerto Rico meets Cuba. I'm doing my best to get the channel to 10K, so Anthony will finally watch Austin Powers. Oh, maybe we'll just have to hold him like in Clockwork Orange and everything and just make him do it. And then he sadly, tonight my PC decided to start having a breakdown on me. Oh, mea culpa, my guy. As Meteora from Malachi Alistair. I have to keep reminding myself to call him Alistair with a two count. Alistair gets more TV time and matches, unlike Cross. Well, Cross is out there. I know, Jose, start taking drinks and start taking shots as we go to commercial break. As I got Malachi sitting in the corner and pulling up now. But could you not do something akin to this? We had the Shinsuke heel. I still hold out hope that even with the indies and we're working the audience and they start to, you make them feel like the outsiders and the invaders and everything. Of you get Cross and the Righteous show up, because the Righteous independently, again, I know I've always kind of hitched their wagon to Cross, but they're independent unto themselves. They're out there, free agents and allegedly, and I don't see why not, of getting attention from WWE, so they could very much show up, even if they show up on their own. Would you rather the Righteous show up on their own, or would you rather they show up with an Elias, with a Cross, with all of the above? Let me know. Anthony Alistair, yeah, I got that one. I seen Damian Priest. Oh, I got that one already. And you as well. Moving on down the line. Wow, really? Priest and Vice? That sounds like a TV show. Don't feel bad, Nick. I still call him Tommy End. Oh, that's a deep cut, Gorian. That's a deep cut. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Calling that man Tommy End, because, yeah. Apparently the Riches have signed to WWE. I have not seen this, and I am like numero uno on the Righteous news, but I have not seen this. You talking about the F Meltzer shirt? Now I gotta search what Boston said. I believe I'm still on a commercial break for anyone out there watching the US. Boston, what did you say? I need to find you. But anyways, spaz like a Robin and Tuzug. Who watching WWE just to see AJ Lee return? That is a good question. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Well, here, we'll do it this way. Thumbs up or thumbs down in the chat. If you are going all in on an AJ Lee return, and thumbs down if you don't care, I guess, or thumbs down if you expect to crash out. if she returns. If, we'll see. Does she just get teased? That might be a little too much. Nick, you missed my comment. Well, repeat it. What did you say? Anthony, Alistair, and Zelina versus Cross and Scarlett. Who you choosing? Cross and Scarlett. Fuck. Actually, who's booking the show? I still would probably take Cross and Scarlett, honestly. I think it'd be a hell of a match. I think it'd be really interesting. But I still take Cross and Scarlett. I know that's a sideways question, a highway question of who do you feel has more of a world title potential? Malachi Black, Aleister Black, or Karrion Kross? Again, we're talking about someone who doesn't work there. So we're dummies, like Becky says, but we're talking about people who don't work here. But Karrion Kross had world title challenger at least on him. Kross, I don't know, or Black, I don't know if he's fully there yet. I know he's challenging a former world champion. Spinning back elbow, Judas effect. Does Damian Priest feel like a former world champion, or does he feel like a guy who got lucky? Two count. Being honest. I know, no transgressions. Do you think Shayna Baszler retired from wrestling? Big Nick, yes or no question. Did she officially announce? I think she was still advertised for something on an independent. I know she's been agenting. I don't know if she's fully retired. I will say Ronda Rousey fucked up her career. Yeah, I don't think she's fully retired. Black has been closer to world title than Kross. Has been, but could you see is two different things. Is we're getting an advertisement for the women's U.S. title still to come tonight. Oh, I gotta slide back. That might be why. There you go. As we're advertising CM. So CM Punk's got to be closing. So you had Brock now. So they did reverse of what I thought they were going to do. You had Brock now, so you're getting AJ Lee later. I thought they were going to do as tale as old as time. Show in Chicago, CM Punk kicks it off. As both men train blows back and forth. Priest right now working over Malachi. I still keep going. Aleister Black has way more potential than Kross. I've always been seen Black as an IC champ someday. So then what do you see Kross as? Kross can't even be IC champ? Is that what you're saying? I don't know about all that, my guy. I mean, I'm willing to have a discussion, but I could see a world, big need from Priest. I could see a world. I could see a world. I know I said that like 8 times, but I could see a situation to where both men are challenging, or at least in that peripheral. I think Kross maybe has more of the size, and there was still the whole thing to where he did the hourglass and everything with Roman Reigns, where a lot of people thought instantly he could be up there. He's wrestled Drew, a former world champion. He's wrestled Sammy, who's been around that picture. I could see Kross has the size and the talent and everything to be at least in that picture, I think, quicker and more prominently than Malachi Aleister. Thumbs up. I see Kross as fired. Fucking angry ass MDB. Yes, he don't work here, as I got Priest cleaning off the table here. As I see 70 some odd people watching with us again. Let's see if we get this in the triple digits. Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge onto the table, not through the table. The new announced as don't buckle, don't break, don't bend. No fuss, no muss. They are every Susie Homemaker's best table they could ever have. That's a solid ass table. Yeah, that's a solid. I am the table. So Malachi's now calling for timeout. We are the table. I am the table. Can I get away with that because we've been on Botchamania before? We were even too spicy for YouTube to be on Botchamania. How many people can say that? You're too spicy for Botchamania. Like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Stop the damn man. Oh, Black Mass. Duh! Wow! Out of nowhere, sudden mass effect as Malachi Alistair hits the black mass on Damian Priest after he takes the razor's edge through a table. And they kind of just stood around each other so he could walk it off and then hits the black mass. Pull the referee so much in a way, but yeah. Black Mass 2-0. I love those. It's so weird. I will admit, I will watch like marathons of like old stuff from like literally like TGIF, TGI Fridays and everything, not the fucking restaurant, TGIF, the like ABC block and everything, or whatever, any sort of like channel block programming that they'll have for like 10 hours on YouTube or whatever, even with all the commercials, and still get nostalgic for fucking commercials. Even though all we do now is bitch about commercials. So yeah, as we're going to an advertisement for Worlds Collide, as I thought we were going to commercial, but it seems like up next, we're getting the women's U.S. title on the line. Julia versus Mission. Yes. Sammy won the first match as Malachi Alistair picks up the win on the second match. I had a black mass on my back until it was starting. The old Budweiser commercials. Clydesdale's words. Commercials back then were crazy. Well, it's also one of those that you didn't have a way to skip them. You didn't have to watch 4 seconds of them. You could hit skip in the lower right. You just had to deal with it. So we've all had some of that shit ingrained to us. Like, go to the general and save some time. O'Reilly's. It reminds me of like the George Carlin fucking advertising lullaby bit and everything. We've had certain stuff that's just, ingrained to us, but I don't know if this is the best way to segue, but speaking of things that should be ingrained in you, it should be ingrained that you'll watch wrestling with the Wrestling for Life Network. Hit that bell notification. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. All of that. Be a friend. Tell a friend. And again, nobody out there is watching more wrestling than we do. Nobody's doing like we do. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. And especially no one's talking to the chat or anything as much as they do. Even you can always tell because, again, peeling back the curtain real quick. Secret time. We use StreamYard for us to do live streams and everything like that. You can see when other people use the beta, it's still in beta thing, which we can pull their chat up in the corner and all of that, and you can see when they do it. So yeah, you can see people, again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We see you, we acknowledge you, but we're just doing better than you. We're losing recipes. No, yeah, generational, but yeah, no. Spread the good gospel out there, but yes, no. Sounded like the goddamn. Yes, no. So talent can go from Raw to SmackDown. I hate to just say that was literally what I just said, like a goddamn Zodiac there. Brutus the Barber. But yes, no. Sami Zayn has been officially traded to Friday Night SmackDown, much like LA Knight's been, I guess, officially traded to Monday Night Raw. CM Punk and Becky Lynch are the ones going from Raw to SmackDown, I would say. So, to clarify, if anything. Alistair Black Beer, Alistair Black Friday. Shout out to anyone that's ever worked a retail Black Friday. As someone who's been there before in every form of capacity, I know, trust me, it's still September, but don't worry. My birthday is September 21st. Literally the day after all of this wrestling, all of All Out, all of WrestlePalooza. How fitting of I get, all of the wrestling on my pre-birthday gift. But by the time my birthday happens, by the time All Out and WrestlePalooza happens, you will see retail stores setting up Christmas shit. At least in the US. I will tell you now. Mark my words. Nick, if Betty Crocker bacon-filled products existed, would you... Christian, respectfully, I am here by myself, so I'm going to be as respectful as I can. This is a little bit up there with that, like, CPR comment you had. All right, and everything of, it's just halfway. What the fuck are you saying? Oh, do I look like Dolly Parton or something? Like, am I, out here baking all of the finest cakes and everything? CPR, yeah. I know we got cakes in wrestling, but I ain't baking them, my guy. Respectfully, I get baked. I don't bake. I'll put it that way. So I appreciate you, Christian. I do not know how to respond to your comment in any other way. Nick, my birthday is next Sunday before you. Will you take the high road and I'll take the low road and you'll have your birthday before me? But no, shout out, happy early birthday. And yeah, it's always fun of having, birthdays in the autumn season and everything. If I get, literally the next days, the first day of fall of you're getting all the football, college football is back, NFL is back at it like a jackrabbit. All the wrestling's good again because everybody's back indoors. You get that nice fall, crisp air. I will admit, autumn, fall might be my favorite season. If we're going to get to this point of let me know your favorite season. Yeah. And don't tell me season 6 from The Walking Dead or some shit like that. But they are shilling the shit out of this Canelo Crawford fight as number 4 top TV shows in the US today. The countdown, Canelo versus Crawford. This is how you can tell they are TKO owned. It's so funny to say it that way. TKO owned. It feels like it halfway runs on. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre doing a Twisted Tea commercial. What? This is supposed to be them going back and forth at each other, but it feels like a Twisted Tea ad. Like, this is taking all of the serious out of this. Bud Crawford going to whoop Canelo's behind. Anyone question how good of a fighter Canelo actually is? Because he's kind of fought in a lot of tin cans. And he's also fought in which we haven't even fully talked about. Mike Tyson out there taking on Floyd Mayweather in the biggest fucking money grab and no one's going to do nothing match of all time. But yeah, Canelo's kind of just tin cannon. Rainey is mentally twisted. Yeah, I'll give you that. Wintertime and fall was my favorite season. Big Nick, shout out. But I live in New England, so I fucking hate winter because we'll randomly get like 3 feet of fucking snow just on a whim. But so next Friday, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, of all due respect, if you didn't have this as like the next, how are you going to say next Friday the return of Brock Lesnar when we had Brock Lesnar here tonight? I guess we're going to announce it. But yeah, so even next Friday stacking up. But how are you going to show the grotto, the twisted twee, how wicked we weave these twisted twees of the Twisted Tea grotto and have Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre cutting promos? Takes the unseriousness out of it. And next Friday, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. So, boy, howdy, batten down the hatches. They are lining up Friday night Smackdowns now. They are saying, oh, wait, you think we don't have good shows? We can't have good shows? We can't, beat out Monday Night Raw? But wait, There's more. I love pumpkin spice latte. Oh, you basic bitch. Pumpkin spice or caramel is the question to me. Caramel, especially like the caramel apple stuff and everything, is my way to go around the fall. I'm a sucker for an apple cider and everything. I'm not a pumpkin guy. I'm not out there. I need my Starbucks pumpkin spice lattes. Hey, Jade and Nia backstage out here. You don't even need to deserve to. Are we gonna get Jade versus Nia tonight? See, Jada is so good until she gets in the ring. Like, she's adequate, all right, not inept at best in the ring. But her backstage, she just does that. Like, she just big dog Nia Jax. Who is the big dog? As I got Julia coming out, and let's fucking go. I feel bad because it's been so long since we've actually seen Julia that I didn't fully recognize the entrance. But this is dope. Dope ass entrance. And Kiana James, somewhere KJ got a shiver up his spine as Kiana James is out there. But again, let me know who you're taking as we got Mission versus Julia for the Women's U.S. Championship coming up next. And could it be an upset? Could you imagine? Kiana James, yes, Lord. Alistair Pitch Black. No, they already did that with the Wyatts. I love winter spice cranberry Sprite, and I never tried a pumpkin spice latte. Well, I've never tried either of what you said, but yeah. I feel like somehow the Sprite would be better just because it's Sprite. What's the bigger shock? AJ returning or Julia having a match finally? AJ returning. I know, I get the joke, I get the reference of, yeah, even last week, it was Kiana James had her debut, her return match, instead of Julia. But could it be a night to believe of Mission picks up the 1, 2, 3? Could we see a new U.S. champion? Oh, I will keep hope against hope. Let me know who you have for this match, and I will stake my claim, and you can all vote against me here. You can all, tear me asunder and everything when I'm wrong, but I'm going with Mission wins. We have a new champion. We have a big shocking awe moment. We run it back. We have something at WrestlePalooza or anything. We have another run it back. We have something that sparks an ignition here. Because if Julia wins, I love me submission, but she's almost back into almost kind of that same thing spot until he won the U.S. title. But of the guy who's cool and that we all like, but always loses. So her as champion, it just really shakes some shit up. That internally, like, it's a disruptor that you didn't expect. It's one of those that nobody had that on their pegboard. Nobody had that on their vision, their prediction board. But if it happens, you ain't mad at it. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. It's not like Nick Glass's work. What? Jose, what? Now I gotta halfway. Nick without glasses feels like Arthur without glasses. Doesn't feel right. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So glasses on or glasses off? Glasses on. Trust me. Yeah. No. Trust me. I wear glasses because I need to wear glasses. I'm out here, I guess, doing my best cornet or what have you. I don't want to do the whole poke myself in the eye and everything like that. I don't need I'm so opposed to the idea. I'm blanking on the goddamn name and everything. But anyways, you remind me of Brody Lee, Luke Harper without the glasses. There you go. The fraud. Well, that would explain why I am Juke Harper in our Wrestling for Life fantasy football team, our fantasy football league, thanks to MDB for the name. And that's why when Geekbox was out here all last week, we were the Blunters of Destruction instead of the Brothers of Destruction, as I'm back from a commercial break here. TJ Watt is GOAT at linebacker. Aldous and Becky out here. Yeah. Great idea, guy. Keanu James, Lord have mercy. Not the proper knee protection. The knee pads are running wild out here. Dude, I really just blanked so hard on contact lenses. Folks, if you don't know at times that the vitamins are hitting hard, as Kobe White from the Chicago Bulls in the front row. Yeah. Proof positive that the vitamins sometimes be hitting in full effect. I forgot what the name of contact lenses was. So, yeah. Kobe! Not that Kobe, the other Kobe. Alistair Black and Mild. Oh, that's fucking good. I'm going to star you because coming soon to the merch store needs to be Alistair Black and Mild shirts. Why is Becky dressed like Kim Possible? Call me, reach me if you want to beat me. As I got Mission coming out right now. So again, folks, let me know whether you're taking Julia to retain. We got Mission for the women's U.S. title match right now. Heck, Castor Oil. Miss Quick, what did I miss from Spass here with a $5 super chat? Put his glasses on. He can't see without his glasses. Come on, want to go tree climbing, Thomas J? Okay. If I just become, Jim Ross, if I need my glasses. He wrote our tag team. He wrote our tag stream legacy last week. Why is that so hard for me to comprehend right now, Big Geekbox? Alistair Marlboro Black. Alistair Black and Mild. That needs to be a fucking t-shirt. Gail Kim is back again. Can anyone confirm? I know someone mentioned this earlier. Someone confirm nor deny. I mean, I can't exactly take a pause for the cause to read anything that anybody says. But somebody let me know who's confirming that Gail Kim is out there on the WWE scene as we are on the way with Mia Yim Mission versus Julia for the women's U.S. title match or U.S. title match. I loved his glasses. There you go. B Hockey mentioned on this show is that 3-headed dragon meme with the one doofy one. Look, so out of Mission, Julia, Keanu James, you taking Mission's the doofy head out of 3 heads. I don't know if I do that. Oh shit, it's a little tranquilo. I almost want to go with Keanu James, but yeah. Thinking high risk goes for baseball slide, excuse me. Second title defense in 69 days. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Oh, yeah, they had a lot planned for Julia. As we are going to a commercial break, and if I can find the video so I can try and reclude myself for a minute, we might hear a word from our best sponsors out there, and that is us. Yeah, so again, folks, make sure you go out there and get your merch out there today, 100%. And again, still always growing, still always expanding. And yes, I managed to survive the hiccups. The hiccups. There's no official notice that Gail Kim returned to work for WWE. She was backstage guest at a show a few weeks back, is all. Fair enough. Well, I mean, could be, could be. Real reactions, cry me a river. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah, and again, like I said, of Jose knows out there, we got, the F Meltzer shirts and everything like that. Very much in a little bit in a nod and a nod and everything like that to having the little stars like the Chicago logos and everything like that. You know, might have to sneak it past AW security, but yes, always innovating and imitating. Always innovated and integrated, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Often imitated, never imitated. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. The Wrestling for Life Network. I'm still Wrestling for Life backstage. Sorry, Audie. Audie, we like to party. KJ is still listening to CDs. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll admit, I have a fair collection of CDs still. I have a record player. That is within arm's reach of me a distance off screen here. Um, Nick sound like Muskrat. Oh, trust me, you ain't heard nothing. Gotta get away, and it don't stop and winning every day they go. And you want to flop me. Yeah, absolutely. AJ Lee. Please keep listening to CDs. Keep physical media alive. Actually, absolutely, honestly, MDB, I will full 100% back you with this. Of there is such a lost thing with physical media, whether it be a DVD, a physical game copy, anything, a book, what have you. Physical media is so a lost art at this point, and all of a sudden, how many people have had a digital version of something, and then all of a sudden they say, nay, hey, what do you say? And you don't have it anymore or anything like that. Having an actual physical copy is something that cannot be replicated. And it is one of those that just is such a niche thing. And like like you get to a certain point in a timeline and it's a lost art, but it needs to still be a thing of I still to this day, I know 95% of anything I may buy is already on streaming and on this and everything. I will still walk through like a Walmart entertainment section and everything of looking for DVDs, or I'm still a sucker for when they do their Black Friday stuff and everything. To where you get like 3 seasons on one DVD and stuff like that. Like I will admit I have a stacked out. Me and the missus have a stacked out bookshelf entertainment stand that's full of games, books. I'm literally looking at it as we're speaking, and it's even got little Funkos and all that stupid shit on top of it. But be a nerd, collect what you want to collect, and again, collect physical media because you can't take it away. That's the biggest thing. I have VHS. I used to record so much. I used to record the Monday Night Wars on VHS. I know people love her, but gods, I find mission painful to watch wrestling. Really? I don't think so. I think she's talented. Headbutts delivered. Yes. KJ White and Big Nick Wrestling for Life is the best. Appreciate you, Kevin. Because I got a 2 counters. We're back in action out here. But yeah, physical media, because they literally can't take it away. They can't deny you an access. They don't, they can't pull it off of a fucking shop. They can't, say you don't have the right login. The only thing that sucks, and I had it with it was like an NBA 2K game to where the disc got scratched so much, and it was like one of my favorite save files and everything. The disc got scratched so much, like the Xbox 360 fucked up. This is a whole long side story of deep thoughts with Big Nick of to where it like etched a ring into the fucking disc. It was like 2K12, the Jordan one and everything. I was full the way through. I was playing it all the way through college and everything. And it fucked up the whole disc and it just ruined all that shit. That and SmackDown versus Raw 2009 both had the same thing as. So Keanu James causes a distraction as Julia hits what the fuck and gets the win. All right. Well, is that the first match? Well, second match we've seen tonight. Michael Cole is just still integrating back from being in the U.S. This hits the Arrivederci as Keanu James is now just stomping out Mia Yim. Julia retains. The sound of a 360 eating a disc still has haunts my dreams. Facts. It's one of those of how many people have survived the Red Ring Society of to where you thought all your shit was gone and all of a sudden it works perfectly. But yeah, it's one of those of like you hear it go in and it's just like, I know I'm not getting that out at all. My boy, look what they've done to my boy. So we're getting the replay from last Friday with Alexa versus Chelsea after Chelsea and Co. took out Charlotte. Gotta love Keanu James. Do I? Hashtag WFU. Absolutely. And again, real quick, we are the Wrestling Fans United. We are the anti-IWC. I know the IWC, the AWC, the IWC, the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s are all collapsing right now. They're all cannibalizing each other. But you know who ain't? Is us out here. So we got Charlotte and Alexa out here. Oh, we got a stethoscope. We got Charlotte out here, and then she takes the tractor another round with the cowboyest of cowboys. Is Charlotte Flair just trying to do more country soul Ruka? Because I feel like she kind of is. The cheerleaders, IWC, are petty people. Yeah, again, take George Carlin's advice when it comes to the IWC. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. As Charlotte's talking to it, I will admit, I do like the back and forth segments and everything with Charlotte and Alexis. We got Seth Rollins' music, which means, and so we're already at 9:40. Holy shit, fuck. Time flies when you're having fun, folks. Worst fan base in existence. Number 1, Star Wars fans. Number 2, AEW The Sickos. Number 3, WWE fans. But best fan base in existence. Number 1, the Wrestling for Life fans. Number 2, the WFLN fans. Number 3, the WFU fans. But yes, so Seth Rollins is coming out as, again, time flies when you're having. Paul, who's having fun with this show, was boring. Oh, really? So I'm boring? You didn't like any of this? Nothing's been great? Nothing's been fun? Is that we've got Seth and Becky starting this off of we're in the last 20 minutes of this show as we go to commercial break right now. But yeah, I would say time flies when you're having fun. And so we already had Brock Lesnar out here. We had our John Cena moment. We had the end of John Cena. We had the callbacks with all of that. Are we at the AJ Lee moment? Have we all collected ourselves? Have we all excited ourselves? Have we all learned the choreograph and everything for when AJ Lee shows up here? Because we're down to the nittiest to the gritty. But I got Seth Rollins out here in commercial break, and we still haven't seen Philip Seymour Punk outside of him showing up to the arena, and it's in Chicago. So this is going to be a knockout segment, and I still find it crazy respectfully, and it could just even be me because it's just me being me with all you and everything. But we are literally 20 minutes left in the show, and I feel like we've 20 minutes into the show. Being honest. Jonathan, what will Raw go or SmackDown? What? Only WWE would have it be Natty and try to have us forget she's been a jobber for the past 5 years of her career in WWE and is out of nowhere a credible threat to Becky B. Hug. Wait, did someone actually think that Natty's going to be the one to show up with CM Punk? At this point, it could be Rhea Ripley, who's your most over women's wrestler, and she will get booed if she's the choice. At this point, it is literally nothing but AJ Lee that can be the option here. And I'm being honest, I don't know if a reference, if a callback, if a lean-to will suffice here. I think you have to have her show up. Alistair Blackberry. Boss, do you mean like AW tries to convince us Rio is a threat to anybody? All right, y'all have your fight interchangeable in between each other. As I'm coming back from commercial, as we've got literally, like, allegedly, the last 15 minutes of Friday Night SmackDown, which has already been cooking with peanut oil. Alistair Black, Forrest Ham, now available at Arby's. We have, don't make me fucking hungry. I can't take pauses. And you're making me hungry out here. I want food. Would y'all watch me just like mukbang some shit? Pause. KJ Lee over AJ Lee. Keith Lee over AJ Lee. Going through the clip of people crying about Brock is brilliant here, as if they are going to let Cena beat Sammy. Wait, there were people upset that Brock showed up? Are you shitting me? You can't be serious. As Seth talking as again. So what is it with Mics and Wrestling this week? He's now got the reverse FTR of he's good through the PA, but not good through TV. Stop by his days is shizzing his pants for Lee. Well, fair enough, Benny, but I mean, good on you. At least, tell all the other dazed and confused to come over this way. But yeah, I got Seth out here right now. If I still anticipate an AJ Lee, but I think that they have really done a good job with SmackDown tonight. Seth hyping up Becky, and this would work so much better if I could hear it better through TV, not through just the fucking PA system. Where's Dax with on the mic? Here, folks, I see again almost 100 people watch with us. Let's see if we can get this triple digits. But am I sounding like Seth Rollins? If I need to on the PA system here, or Oh, so Becky, who was already out there before with him in the crowd, is now coming through the entranceway. So that's why, as they're wearing matching gear, they both have orange, black top, and green pants. They look like goddamn jack-o'-lanterns. But that's why Seth was talking through the fucking PA mic. But yes, folks, we are in the last alleged 15 minutes of I don't expect an overrun of SmackDown. Out of all the WWE shows, pretty much does not do one at all. So it'll be interesting to see how this show buttons up here. Becky needs Waffle House after this. She's puny. Oh, okay. Roddy out there admitting he likes his girls thick. Please say Becky Lynch is going to insult the Chicago. I don't know if exactly like Aussie Christian, but she's definitely going to very much insult the city of Chicago. Jack Whole Lanterns. Yeah, they're whole lanterns. Becky do got that shit on, though. Yeah, well, she got that Jack Whole Lantern. Main roster call-up from NXT, allegedly Tony D'Angelo. Becky's a better heel than Seth. As they're already super chanting AJ Lee. To me, I think you do Becky and Seth almost halfway separate to the group, like a Triple H Steph thing. And then you get Paul Heyman gets to be the little voice for the semi-voiceless with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. As Becky's cutting a promo, just getting deafened out by the crowd here. Let me know if I'm too loud here, folks. But yeah, is the modern day Macho Man and oh yeah, dig it. The cream always rises to the top. Yeah. Seth is Elizabeth and Becky is Macho. Oh, there we go. Aster Black, Back Thunder. And, Becky and Cynthia. AJ Lee, AJ Lee. Anyone else had that damn theme song stuck in their head all day? I think it's so fucking corny that Becky's acknowledging that they're calling out AJ. No! Why the fuck is that corny? She's responding to the audience. She's responding to the fucking crowd. That's 100% what they should be doing. How is that corny? Clarify, sir, because that to me feels fucking perfect. If Chicago chants that I'm gonna get mad, well, get mad, Jose. Get mad. I'm messing. CM Punk, look in my eyes. What do you see? A cult of personality. As they cut to Seth up there in the Muslim. See, this is interesting because now if you get AJ Lee coming out here, Seth's got, a wall to get away from and everything. That he's got a reason. He's got a rev limiter, you might say, as to how he gets there. And CM Punk's coming out right now. Listen now. I'm really surprised they did the opposite of what every other show does, of having CM Punk come out, especially in a Chicago area, to start off the show. Instead, they have him end the show, which tells me you cannot wait to the main event of this and bust out like a goddamn Rhea Ripley or anything. If this ain't AJ Lee, and I don't even mean don't hint at it, if this ain't her showing up, you are proceeding to piss in a lot of people's cornflakes, I feel. Respectfully. As CM Punk's about to confront Becky Lynch in the ring, which, again, their segment on Raw earlier this week was absolutely perfect. Chocolate Muffin Punk. Leave them wanting more. TK doesn't understand that. Yeah, but I mean, this is sometimes you got to pay some shit off. And this is paying some shit off, my guy. This is 10 years paid off. This is, I was almost going to say literally, but is this almost equivalent to Punk's layoff of seeing AJ Lee back in pro wrestling and seeing her go after Becky Lynch and all of this is seeing the person who started the fire versus the one who capitalized on the flames. Again, CM Punk Revolution will not be televised. We are going to bypass that Becky murdered Gritty and made a coat. Garfield, Gritty, you may be sitting there thinking that Becky out there was hitting a gritty. She like Mike fucking Gesicki hitting a goddamn gritty. For anyone that knows, you know. I just muted my TV when CM Punk music hits. Why? It's so good. It's so great. It is one of the themes that you can listen to at any time of day. The Flyers mascot. Oh, fair enough. This is long-term storytelling. Nick, one last ask. Where can I send this screenshot to you of a 70-inch TV? You can send it in the Discord, which is in there. You can send it to, I believe it's at CM Unk or CM_Unk on Twitter. There is everything of all of our Instagrams going through and everything like that. Never change. I don't intend. I don't know if I could. But yeah, that's how you can send it through, my guy, because I need to see myself on the big wide screen out there. That's how I made it. That's how I know I made it in Hollywood. As he's pointing out of Seth Rollins is hiding in a skybox while he sends his wife out here to fight his battles. And good goddamn, this is a good Friday Night Smackdown. How's your pride feeling? And there is something so great and so organic, and it shows how good. You can knock Becky with how much you want to say about in-ring stuff or this or that. She is head, shoulders, knees, and toes above everybody else in the four horsewomen, the damn near the division when it comes to promos, because she is going toe-to-toe with one of the guys that's the best to do it with in CM Punk. If it bothers you so much, you shouldn't have stuck your nose. They were teasing it so much and building it up. As soon you don't think I could snap my fingers and have one of my sisters hop the guardrail and kick your ass? And I still even love it from Becky. Which one of it is it? I'll kick all your asses. Pick one. I'll kick their ass. They're building to such a fucking crescendo here. And I feel collectively, Spirit Bomb, Wrestling for Life chat, send me your power. We are all just waiting for this moment to unleash and just have the greatest celebration to end as Becky just pot shots this man. Oh, we're waiting for it. We're backhanding. We're waiting for the pot to release out here. That music hits, and a 10-year-old glue is going to come unzipped. What you going to do? You're going to do something. She goes back to the stupid ass. I'm going to bury my head in your chest shit. You're pathetic. You got nobody as he just walks off. Oh, come on. You have to at this point. You cannot do anybody else. And it would be such the biggest fucking letdown. Geek Bucks, almighty Geek Bucks, send us your reaction powers of this. Has to be fucking AJ Lee shows up here. And no, I would never put my hands on a woman. Come on, give it to us. I got somebody who will. Do it, please. I'm literally praying, please. Let's go. AJ Lee is back in the WWE. Let's light it up, and skip it and hop in, and let's go. Mwah, 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 mucho bello, mwah, mucho gracias. Let's go. Oh my God. AJ Lee, a decade to be, is here in the WWE. Did we do the time warp again? We had Seth Rollins versus or Sorry, Sami Zayn versus CM Punk 10 years later. Now we got AJ Lee showing up and just, oh my, yeah, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words. I know I sound like the Donald. I'm at a loss, but AJ Lee is here. And just let's fucking go. They went nuclear. Sometimes WWE, they have the capacity. They went nuclear of how do you respond? And Becky is literally just shitting herself. And AJ Lee still looks like she could go 100%. I need an AJ Lee Roxanne Perez crossover. We won't get it with Cora Jade. No, everyone. I don't know. I dig the crazy chicks. Don't we all? Sometimes it's more of just your crazy matches my crazy. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. As she even does the Black Widow fucking sit and everything. Holy fuck. Spear! AJ Lee just laying the hammer down of, I can't lay a hand on you, but I know somebody who will. AJ Lee, how do you be? Just walking through Becky Lynch. And I like that we're doing this now, and she's here now because we've got 2 weeks to build this match. And we're going to get a promo back and forth between Becky and AJ Lee. And just, nom. Oh, Becky just sells this so well, though, too. But again, as I was saying earlier, for every women's revolution, you had somebody that started the fucking battle cry. And that is AJ Lee compared to Becky Lynch. This is just wrestling come full circle. Holy shit. I think I'm just talking because I can't take a pause at this point. Smooch your wifey just for as Seth came running down. CM Punk and AJ Lee for the first time in ring are going to acknowledge and then hug it out. Let's fucking go. Being honest right now, if you can't find something that you didn't enjoy tonight, I don't know if you like pro wrestling. Just keep it a buck. Hot diggity dog of AJ Lee is back, and we are fully setting up for AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Becky Lynch for WrestlePalooza. And yes, join the goddamn Wrestling for Life Network, all of that. Holy good googly moogly. We got CM Punk and AJ Lee hugging it out, and let me know your ratings out of 10 for SmackDown. Should I just say these go to 11? Because I think 8's a minimum now at this point. But how are we feeling after all of this? We had Brock Lesnar to start off the show, when we had the whole callback and the whole announcement and inauguration and everything of this was John Cena's last Friday Night SmackDown. And it's in the same venue, he's slapping the taste out of Kurt Angle and saying ruthless aggression. So we go into that, and your middle of the show is Julia and Mission and Malachi Black, Aleister Black, and Damian Priest. And then you end it with AJ Lee is back. AJ Lee is back. Let's light it up. Light up this chat right now, because god damn. Again, let me know your ratings out of SmackDown, and if you're going to give it less than an 8, I need to know why. You need to show your work. Big Nick, another fantastic job. Good night to you and everyone in the room. Shout out, Klaatu. Appreciate you, my guy. We're 1 out of Dream Returns now. Honestly, holy shit, fuck. that was just so goddamn cool. And they set up and again, the atmosphere, the arena, the discourse online, everything had just built up to that moment. That if it was anything but that moment, it would have fallen flat and fallen on deaf ears, and it would have gotten an insane negative reaction. But AJ Lee, after a decade away, is back in the WWE, and we're all but set in stone to have CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. And we saw for the first time AJ Lee and CM Punk actually embrace as a couple in the ring. I'm holding out for the back and forth, just the promo segment between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Because now we got like 2 weeks before we get there. Mwah, mwah, mucho bello. This is, 5 Italian kisses out of 5 out here. Alexis out there on the Twitch again, reminding everybody we do have the Twitch out there. Be a friend, tell friends. We're getting ever so close to being a partner out there too as well. We're expanding onto new territories, but at 9.929.25, a lot of nines in there, so I guess I'm going high with that. Jose, stay righteous, quick, Nick. I need a shot. And Alistair Black is Alistair Black and Mild. That needs to be a fucking shirt. I'm going to star you, Jose, just because I need to remind KJ that there needs to be a shirt. Someone send me that message. So great, so good. Yes, righteous. But yeah, I feel like we all need a walkabout. We all need a smoke break. We all need a fucking chin cheers to we made it through that goddamn SmackDown, because that was fucking epic. I said it could be history making. And boy, howdy, did they not disappoint. Again, I don't know how you give this less than an 8. I would like to know, even if you're in the 8 range, please show your work. But yes, let me know what you're giving this out of 10, folks. Great job running the show solo tonight, bro. I appreciate it. We're still learning. We're still, I'm a little bit more Bumblebee instead of Optimus Prime. There is only Trish. There is only Zool. 2 confirmed matches so far for WrestlePalooza. Well, I think we might have seen a third. Tonight's show is a 10 out of 10. AJ Bliss Tag Team Book It. Okay, well, we've already had Bliss and Charlotte, which that whole segment wasn't bad at all. She's almost doing, again, a better cowboy gimmick than Hangman. Chiefs 6, Chargers 13. What a return for AJ Lee. Thoughts and prayers for Kurt Angle. Yeah, I saw that Angle has like an actual like permanent medical condition going on that he has to deal with, has to address because of wrestling. I'm not fully aware of the situation, but yeah, always shout out Kurt Angle. This is something not even Tony Khan could have done. Nah, fuck off. I don't even think this is something Vince could have done. Keep it a buck. Soft it with an 8 out of 10. Children will be children hiding behind their keyboards. Fair enough, boss. I don't know where that fully came about from, but you do you. Just stay away from the children. 6 feet. 9 out of 10. Big Dog's already sending me out here. No, shout out Big Dog. Yeah, no, we ain't fully packed up here. I still got to read through everybody, and absolutely, this was a hell of a show. We got to unpack a bit of this here. Can't wait to see how AW Shadows try and make this into an this is one of them. If they're just doing the fuck, they have no argument anymore of nah, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at type of vibe. Nick Solo rules. O'Doyle rules. We don't need to start doing that. O'Doyle rules. Nick, no, you're hot rod Nick. I'm Roddy, Big Nick. C Money, why are you trying to keep track of my bladder? I'm not a fucking advertisement for medication in the U.S. 10 long years, AJ Lee is back in the WWE. Absolutely. And it's crazy because wasn't it? I mean, I know I normally scratch my head doing this, but this kind of got me doing this shit. Wasn't it CM Punk that was gone for 10 years? Right? It might have been right around there and everything. And now AJ Lee's back right after 10 years in Chicago, too, in a big moment with one of your biggest stars in the company, one of your biggest feuds in the company. I mean, this was such a fucking haymaker of a shot that, yeah, I respectfully, I know we're supposed to be unbiased. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw, authentic and unbiased and everything. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know how you don't give this a 10 at this point, honestly. Epic show from Chicago, Punk, AJ Lee, all of us fucked out of 10. I don't know because they moved it to 3. So, hey, what do you mean? They might be airing on the WB, but yeah. Gamer, all I said is why you hating, but you keep going on. Have a good night. Bashade, and I don't know what Gamer said. Keep it above the waist. Let's start with some shit you just because I know we'd laugh about it. Fair enough. Y'all have it. B Hockey, 8 out of 10, -1 for mid chin. Mid chin. By the way, anyone go and watch Ralphie May talking about open waters. And then when you come back and see me do the mid chin joke, and you'll get it and you'll laugh your ass off. But -1 for mid chin and -1 for Michael Cole, sounding like a horned up grandpa at the end there. I mean, I don't even want to guess at what I sounded like. I might have sounded like a fucking Billy Goat or Quasimodo for all I know. I might have sounded like goddamn Gollum. But yeah, no, you can't fully knock this man for being excited for AJ Lee is back. After a decade gone, still looks like she hasn't missed a beat of you literally got the spark that started the pathway for the women's revolution to one of the founding fathers of it. It is. I'm going to make a comparable. Please do not crucify me for my comparable. It is Hogan versus Rock-esque of having AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch because AJ Lee was the founder of the Divas era and really broke WWE out of that Divas era. The only other comparable would have been Paige. Having her versus Becky, one of the 4 horsewomen of the women's revolution that kicked off in WWE. This is a generational clash that nobody had on their, nobody until of this month had on their dartboard, but I'm all the way here for it. O'Donnell rules, Nicosaurus Rex. Remember when they said AW would never move a show because WWE was scared to actually challenge them? I mean, receipts. 9.5 out of 10. MDB, that made, what did MDB say? God damn it. Geekbox, Petford Farms remembers. Member berries. Bradley, and look at it now. Yeah. Damn, Patrick Mahomes just scored. I needed the Chargers to kick more field goals. You got Dicker the kicker. As I got 1, 2, 3 kid out there with a 9 out of 10. T's and P's. Ralphie May and again Patrice O'Neal, 2 people that are very much underrated. If you are a fan of stand-up comedy, if you just want to listen to funny shit, go and watch those 2 guys. Hashtag not sponsored of as a guy who thinks he does funny shit and pretends he does funny shit. Those are guys who do real funny shit. Wrestling God, 9 out of 10 for AJ Lee. Big Dog, all in, all Nick. You did a great job, my guy. Good show. Damn good show. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. Miss Quick, you still got it. I never knew I had it. From never going to be able to wrestle again to returning, this return is so awesome on so many levels. I held my breath till the last minute because I didn't want to be disappointed. I was literally praying. I was hands folded, this is the steeple, this is the church, this is my steeple, all that, open it up and see all the people type of shit. I was out here praying that it was going to be AJ Lee because anything less anything less than would have ruined so much of a good thing. And I'm so glad that she's back. And even if it is a one-off, I don't know if it's a one-off, but even if it is a one-off, wrestling's really fucking cool right now. And I find it really hard to get behind anyone that tries to paint the narrative that it isn't really fucking cool right now. Because honestly, if we wanted to, if this was the gimmick, if this was fully the job, and all that, you could cover pro wrestling 7 days a week because it's really fucking cool right now across all boards. But yeah, let me see if I missed any. Oh, I got Bradley out here gifting memberships. Jose MBB, 3 cheers for Nick. Good. Give 5 hurrahs. Give 10 hip hips. Gaston is the best, and the rest all the rips. No one streams like Big Nick. To commemorate AJ Lee coming back, y'all, we'll shout out Bradley, the giver of gifts out there, taking the Kringle out of my Chris. How do I watch the foosball game? The foosball game is also on YouTube. So see, again, this whole time we've been counterbooked by the NFL, by Ring of Honor, and still didn't bat an eye on it. Still weren't batting lashes, but we're batting down the hatches. To be fair, if it had been Rhea, I think it would have been a break from WWE for a show. Would have had to have a break. Yeah. Would have had to take a walkabout here. But everyone just let it up. The NFL is scared of, yeah, they can't even handle this electricity, but absolutely. Make sure you plugged in 100% with everything going on with the Wrestling for Life Network. We're back at it like a jackrabbit. Get your merch. I know Jose is the full advocate for that and everything like that. We are the Wrestling Fans United. I was almost going to say we're back at it like a jackrabbit, but after all of the permutations and computations of everything tonight, we gotta, we're coming down with the, libations and the palpitations, but we're back at it tomorrow. Or Christ Almighty, I still, even after all of that long-winded shit, we are still back at it on Monday Night Raw on Monday Night Raw for Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, CM Punk, AJ Lee, the fallout from everything for Friday Night Smackdown. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Emerging. I get it. Yeah. I'm Merlin. I'm out there wizarding. NFL is fake. Wrestling is real. Absolutely. All other channels are fake. They're just fake reactors. They're shills. But we're the real reactors out here. Get some rest, my guy. I don't even know at this point. I think I just need to keep talking to wipe this smile off my face after AJ Lee shows up. So we have literally AJ Lee shows up, the final SmackDown for John Cena, and they pay homage all the way back to Ruthless Aggression. Brock Lesnar's here. All this, that, and more when it comes to the Wrestling for Life. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. We're on a 48-hour break. Make sure you hit that bell notification. And again, spread the good gospel of wrestling out there. I'm just long-winded because I got 2:44. I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, put it on for live with it.